Oh. Hey guys, hey, sorry about that. I'm trying to get my shrimp out. I fried me some shrimp. So we were having a good conversation over at Big Rig. And I first want to get my thoughts out. It's not new to you guys over here, but in case somebody happens to go from over there, they can actually see without me being goddamn interrupted, you know? So this thing initially kicked off about the I think he started talking about Cat Williams or whatever. And I've been knew about this Cat Williams subject, but because Cat Williams, and I think that's probably why some of them liked me at first, because I love Cat Williams. I respect Cat Williams as a man. I don't know him personally, but I like what he puts forth to the public as far as how you're supposed to move as a man. So that's something that's very familiar to me. That's something I can get behind, right? So I was I was on the panel, but I was back and forth. And when I got back, they were talking about somebody named Rampage, who I don't know who the hell that is. And based on the description of Rampage, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. He sound like Brian McKnight Jr., because he abandoned his black children for non-black children, including his stepchildren. Hey, Summer Breeze. So that was, I think, what started it off and started some of them who did like me in the beginning having an issue in the end. Because at the end of the day, as Summer Breeze saw, when you're dealing with American black men, because she was arguing me down. Summer Breeze is arguing me down about, black men are this and this and that. But in the end, she wound up admitting everything I said. So now she wants somebody to match her. And that's what I said. That's what I said. Some black women find that out the hard way. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel like we owe it to each other to do better for the next generation. And see me, that's what I'm gonna do. That's why I said what I said about my daughter versus my son. Black women are very race loyal. I don't give a fuck how much money they make, and he don't. Like black men they're gonna keep pushing that narrative. They're gonna tell you, you get with a single mother, you're failing that life. Meanwhile, if you get with a criminal, you might just be the next Beyonce and Jay-Z. It's weird, but that's what they do. But when black women want to get on code with each other, it's a goddamn problem. And somebody even tried to blame Cynthia G. No, 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 no. Cynthia G may be more vocal, but this has been pushing a lot of households. And now the birth rate, I know it's the way I say things. Like I had to hold on. Let me get the link for the race. Hold on. If you want to come up here, some reason, because we was having good discussions. I know it's the way that I say things, and I tend to don't sugarcoat things. But I was like literally not even trying to like argue tonight. But I just don't want to have to do that. That's why I don't deal with American black men, because it's like, why? And I'm not saying that You don't go through this with Caribbean men. Thank you, Cassie. You. And I'm not saying that. Well, I'm saying that that's not my experience with them. Just like if it wasn't yours, but it turns out it was your experience. And that's why I was talking about black women marrying down. Because at the end of the day, it's like it should be embedded in you. Just like certain characteristics are embedded in men, it's embedded in women too. Or it should be, hey Jessica Town. Hey Summer Breeze. Hi Boo.
Hi, uppity. Hi, uppity.
Yeah. Hi. Don't you find it funny like you arguing me and only to make like
And
your
I
main
was
argument?
not. No, listen.
Well,
I
you was
was not
you being very disagreeable. I would say you being very
because
disagreeable.
listen to this. Listen to what I'm
Okay.
saying. I am the type of person that we can agree to disagree with things. And
Uh
so
huh.
when I disagree with things, I question it. And you make your statement, you say what you have to say. And then, okay, because I'm trying to come down to where you coming from, not trying to argue
Hold on,
with you
Summer
at
Breeze.
all.
Somebody came to my chat to put a message for you. Want me to read it to you? They
Oh,
said Summer
Lord
Breeze.
Jesus.
No, they no. This is Cassie, classy base. So anyway, she said Summer Breeze. Please watch Big Rig's replay. Your mic overpowered everyone, and she put
And
that
see, I don't
exclamation
know
point.
that. I'm just,
That's why she was giving you constructive criticism. She's basically telling
okay.
you to watch the playback because I know you don't be hitting links a lot, you know.
No,
So
I'm not. I promise
it
you. That,
I know
I
you
promise
don't.
you
You
I'm
know that.
not.
I know you that. But it just came across now. Kings, you can hit the link too because you're more than welcome.
I
When I was
didn't.
saying certain people, no, hold on, something brief. I was
Go ahead.
asking this guy, he was over there, the real kings, and a lot of the chat like you, and I would like to
And
get
see,
to
I
know
don't
you
even know
better.
those people.
I
Uh-huh.
don't know him either. I don't know him either. So I just want him to know he's more than welcome to hit the link. When I was talking about people that wasn't welcome, they know who they are. They from the B sector. You ain't got nothing to do with that. But Summer Breeze, you were kind of cutting everybody off, and I don't know if it was a delay
Oh
on
my
your end.
God. I
And you
don't
have
know.
a B
See,
sector mic. You have a B
and I
sector
don't
mic.
even know that. I'm glad you told me that because I didn't know that. Because I think I clicked on ODS's link one time and it was clicked off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. Okay.
Did you hear what she said? She said we enjoy you, Summer, but it was hard to hear everyone else because you kept cutting everybody
Oh, I'm
off.
sorry. Well, tell her I apologize because I
Hmm.
I just clicked in because it's Friday. Just got paid and I had time tonight and I'm off Monday. So
And the real king just said it was just ad but you got to mute until your turn, or we all hear it. Yeah, you got to be check the mic. And the real king, if you need me to drop my link again, I
I
can.
don't.
But you're more than
Okay, so
welcome to
I
come up.
didn't know. I don't. Uppity. I'm new to this shit. I just
No, I was talking
clicked
to you. I
on
was
and
talking
I
to the
was
man in the
clicking
chat.
on. I was
I was
on
telling the king
lemons.
guy. Hold on, somebody. I was telling the real king guy, and I was dropping my link for him. I was telling him he's more than welcome to come up if he wants to, so we can get a better understanding of each other. But if not, he can listen from the chat. But go ahead, Summer
Okay,
Bree.
but is my mic loud now? I'm just literally just
Yes, it is. Yes, it
talking
is.
on
And
my
you're doing the same
phone.
thing again. You
So
got to
what
turn
do
it down.
turn my volume
Oh,
down? Okay, let me hold up. Let me here. Let
the
me
real
try
king,
to.
you here? That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Is the volume
Okay.
lower?
Yes, it's a little bit lower. Well, go ahead, real
Well,
king. What
hell,
would
I
you
don't know
like to
what else to
say?
do. Shit.
No,
'Cause
we
I
got
done
the
turned
real
it all
kings
the
on the
way
chat.
down, just a minute away from being mute. So,
I just told that Cassie she got a real beat check the mic. But hold on one second, Summer Breeze. We got a new guest on. Y'all both are new to this channel on the link. At least you've been in my chat,
I'm
but
just new
he's new
to
to my
this
chat.
YouTube
And
shit altogether, hitting the link.
yeah, but I know, but he's new to my chat and the link. So let's welcome
Okay.
the him here and let him introduce himself to the audience. So we're gonna both mute while he introduces himself. Go ahead, the real king.
Uh, yeah, what's up? I'm the real king. People call me Tiz. Just joined because you invited me up, so I figured I'd get out the chat and accept the invite.
And I appreciate that because I do want to have a conversation with you because I do love debating, and I don't take anything personal. You know what I'm saying? As long as like it wasn't like, well, I'm gonna be sexist. So you ain't do none of that crazy stuff. So I
Is
just
he
want you to know it's
speaking?
just that healthy
I
debate
can't
for
hear
me.
him.
Yeah, he's
Is he saying
speaking. You can't
anything?
hear him?
I'm
Yeah, he's
listening. I asked
speaking.
if she was talking.
Oh,
He
I
just
cannot
introduced
even.
himself.
Oh, I can't even hear him. I hear you. I don't hear him.
Let me see if I can turn up his mic. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I wasn't saying nothing at first. I'm just starting to say something now. I was listening to her though, because she was saying, saying
Yeah,
her spiel. So
can you hear his? Oh, let me turn his mic all the way up. Can you hear him? Can you speak again, real king?
yeah. Test, test.
Can you, can you hear him better now? I just turned his mic all the way up. Can you hear him,
Well,
Summer Breeze?
let me click off because I can't hear him. I hear you. I don't hear him.
Chat, y'all can hear him, can y'all? And I know I can hear him fine. I don't know
Can
why she
anybody
can't
That's
else
hear
what
me.
I'm
hear
saying.
me?
It's probably my damn
Is it
phone.
my mic?
Yeah, I'm talking about my mic is loud.
Hey,
Hell,
Kalia Boo. Kalia, can
Oh,
you
all
hear the
right,
real
cool.
king?
Thank you, Cass.
Yeah. But okay, so can I ask you a question while Summer Breeze picks her mic? What was your um what was your I won't say problem, but what would you think that the breakdown in our communication started? Oh,
Uh,
y'all hear him. Okay, it was okay, thank you.
I think from my perspective, where it broke down for me was, I think a lot of times, from what I could observe, it seemed like the panel had already had some contentious moments as far as like debate. And I think when I came up, I wasn't really looking to debate. I was more just adding my own perspective or the information I had to it. But I think either some way I said it or the way it came across as an argument to you. So then I felt like whenever I was saying something, you was taking it as an ad hominem or like it was directed personally at you when I was talking in general about general like women. I was using some of your talking points to speak to how women think, because I think a lot of the points you brought up were things that I've heard from other women. So it's not like you're, speaking out your ass or talking crazy, but I was just kind of speaking to those points. And I think at some point it became something I said or a way I said it or the way you received it. I don't know, but it felt like you felt like I was coming at you, and then you were defending yourself against everything I said when I really wasn't necessarily speaking to you, but more just the general public. That was my perspective.
And you know what? You're absolutely right. And I think it also what it because I'm not used to like I've watched Big Brick channel before, so I've heard you and Be Easy. So I think sometimes I got you guys mixed up. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed you seem accurate with your assessment.
I appreciate it. But
Hey, Summer
like I said,
Breeze.
I think all
okay, am I
perspectives are
back?
needed. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So we're
Okay,
gonna
now
mute
I
so
can
he
hear
could go
him.
ahead what he was saying. Oh, you can hear him now. Okay, good. So we're gonna mute so he can finish what he was saying because I don't
Okay,
want him to think I don't want to hear his opinion. All right, let's go.
no, go ahead. No, he's good. Okay,
And like I said on Big Rig, my only real point was just that I think at certain points in the conversation tonight, we were talking in circles because it became about men versus women and what do women do, what do men do, when it's really about like, despite what women do and despite what men do, how do we connect those dots and get past that? Like, how do we grow from that? And I think we were missing a lot of those points that each other was making just because it was stuck on man versus woman instead of man getting together with woman. And I think that's where a
That's
lot of it
fact.
spiraled out. Because when I entered the conversation, it seemed like it was focused on how do we grow, and then by the end of it, it seemed like it was, well, why don't men do that? Well, why don't women do that? And it's like that we don't get nowhere. That's the same internet conversation that goes on daily on TikTok, and we don't really grow from that. We don't get nothing out of it. We just stay in the
You're
same spot.
absolutely right because I came into the internet having those discussions unintentionally because when I first came in, I never even had a local space and I'm 45, right? I never had a local space page. But when I came into the Facebook at my family's suggestion, I still didn't do the normal thing people do on Facebook. What kept me on Facebook was the groups. And when I became a part of all these pro-black groups, and there were so many different variables, but I noticed the biggest part, it was always men versus women. So I haven't been a part of that conversations in years. So I guess maybe some of the things y'all said or the way I felt y'all was coming at me triggered me. So I could take my accountability in that part.
I also don't want to just leave it on you. I don't think it was a you thing as much as it was a group thing. Like everybody on the panel had something to say, and at moments each person on the panel overstepped or overtalked or did something. So I think it was just a group thing, and once you get everybody in the group riled up and on that same mode, it gets hard to bring it back down. So I think, yeah, I think just having the conversation civilly. Like I think y'all both ladies brought up great points from a female perspective, and I think those need to be validated and uplifted. But I also think that y'all missed some points just because y'all were already in an argumentative mind state.
No,
And
Can I
I don't
chime
agree
in?
with the argument. I don't agree with
And
the
I'm
argument
trying to
standpoint. But
get the
but
words out of my
we were
mouth.
coming from two different perspectives. See, Summer Breeze came on there, and she was well received because it was my king. The black man is king. And black. I love
I
black
did
men.
not. No,
And then
that's
no,
not
yeah,
how I came
exactly.
off.
That's how it
That's
came
not how
across
I
to
came
me.
off. No,
That's
no.
how it came
Uppity,
across to
you're
me,
not
though.
about to put that on me.
ad
No,
hominem.
What?
I'm not saying that. My only argument is, don't you notice the minute you said a little bit thing not in their favor, they started attacking you. That's the only thing I was
But
saying.
but listen, Uppity, you know these men. I don't know them, so I was just giving my perspective
We don't know
from
them
what I
either.
view. I don't even know the guy that the panel that I hit that link. I don't have a clue.
Oh, big rigs. Yeah, I know.
And
Okay, I'm on
I
him at
just
11.
saw,
Okay.
it just came down my timeline, and I saw that you were on the panel, and that's why I clicked on it.
Hey, yeah.
Like, I don't know them. I don't
No,
know
no,
their
a lot of
background.
people came over there, but I draw the crowds in. But that's not to take credit away from Big Rigs because he actually had a good thing going with the Cat Williams thing. So
And see, I
some
didn't see that. But
somehow
I'm
we
just saying
transferred
he
from
had a
Cat
damn good
Williams.
live tonight.
Yeah,
And
he did.
I'm interested, you know, I roast and gag, and I cuss a motherfucker out in a New York minute.
Right.
But the when I clicked on it, the live was interesting to me. Outside of all the damn bullshit, we talking about real life shit, and that interested me. So I'm like, okay, it's Friday. I ain't got shit to do. Fuck, I got time today. So I clicked on it. I clicked on the link, and I don't. Out of
I
the,
know
I've
Summer
been here
Breeze,
since
but yeah, we know you've been
2018.
on. But hold on. Yeah, Riggs do have some interesting topics, so that's what drew me to his live. And I've been seeing he was
Okay,
live, so I was in and out because I had just got home, right? And I was trying to settle my baby in or whatever the case may be. And I've been wanting to talk about Cat Williams, but I was waiting for all the things. So I feel like a lot of these men, I don't know if I'm not saying kings because I know you came later on during the live, but
I
initially when the
did.
live started, yeah, both of y'all came later, but like I was trying to tell him from the perspective where he think it was a disagreement. No, it wasn't. The problem is the thing started off about Cat Williams, who is an American black man who I love to death, and I think should be protected at all costs. See, what I
And so
learned
what happened?
by
Well, okay,
now
so
at
what
45.
happened with what was the discussion? Because I love me some Cat Williams, and I know he
Yeah,
was
see, that's what
blackballed.
I'm saying. So the discussion was a lot of apparently a lot of people didn't know about that. There was a unalignment around in front of his house. It wasn't in his house. It was either in front of his house or around his house. All the details aren't clear yet. But it was
Hmm.
another comedian that was
His
close to
security
Is
him.
this
did a
lately
friend.
that
Yeah,
someone
his
was alive,
security. Yes, he's
unalive?
right. It was a.
His security did his
Go ahead.
friend
Go
in.
ahead.
No, I'm
Yeah, he
saying,
was a
was it
security and
this
his
is
friend.
recently?
Yes, recently. Cat
Oh
Williams just got
wow.
cleared yesterday. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Oh
tell you.
wow.
I've been
Okay.
hearing about this. I've been hearing about this, but I don't know because, like you say, street guys. I know street guys too. I've never dated them that much, but I do. I have family members and friends that are close to me that are street dudes. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I didn't want to put anything out there or come across like, oh, I'm being mammy or identified or making excuses. But I
Mm-hmm.
do know Cat Williams' character, so I always felt like that would shine through. So that's the reason why
Oh
I
my
didn't speak
gosh.
on that. But I've been
I
hearing
gotta watch that because I didn't everything came down my timeline but that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, but
I
it
gotta
depends on
go.
what you watching though. Your YouTube algorithm
Uh,
go what you watch. So, cause
my
see,
that's
that's
what I'm
how totally
saying.
I know,
He's
but let me
always
finish
in
my
my
statement. Hold
algorithm.
on.
He's
I know some of Breeze, but let me finish my statement so we can get like
go ahead.
context to what we're saying. Yeah, so when Big Rich started his thing, it was about Cat Williams. So when I came on the panel, it was concerning Cat Williams, who is
Mhm.
somebody I adore. Cat Williams
Exactly.
and Paul Mooney are my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
And
Paul
like I
Mooney.
already
Yeah.
told you, yeah, and like I already told people, I cannot separate anybody from their craft. Like once I find out you're a shitty ass person, I don't want to deal with you at any level. So
Mhm.
what I learned to do, so I don't have to build myself up to tear myself away, like what happened with R. Kelly. I just do my research on people, and as Black women in
Right.
general, we have to do that. I just didn't get too deep in the subject, but that's what the conversation was. So when I initially came on the panel, I was basically saying like, Big Rigs, I'm glad you brought this up because I was waiting for more information to come out because it was a comedian that claimed that he was close. And I'm so sorry. Do you know the guy's name, King, that was unalive? Because I hate to keep saying it like that guy
I
instead of
believe it
you.
was something like Reggie Carroll or something like that.
Yeah, that's his name. Yes, Reggie Carroll. So yeah, it was a guy that was claiming he was close to Reggie Carroll, but he's unknown, right? And he's been very mouthy from the start about making Cat Williams name being this, and that's how this whole thing got started because he kept talking about it, right? And saying Cat Williams didn't send condolences on the internet, he didn't apologize, he didn't do this and do that. So when I came on the link, I was basically making a point that, well, when you're somebody with money and something happened around or near your property, whether you're there or not, if you say something like I apologize, in some states frivolous lawsuits will go straight through, and I happen to live in one of those states, so that's like you taking accountability. So I can understand why he wouldn't do that because he's a man of means and power. But on top of all of that, Cat Williams have knowledge of self, and he's on the Mensa program, which means he's intelligent, he's a genius by any standard that you want to consider, right? So I said there's a lot of factors going in why he didn't say anything. And at the end of the day, the guy Reggie Carroll that was unfortunately unalive, he said himself that he would die about Cat Williams or Monique. And so now they saying because he's on tour with Cat Williams, all of a sudden he's gone. And they trying to make it seem like he's a part of the Illuminati because he speaks against that and other things. So I felt like Cat Williams has been under scrutiny, and like he said, he's been arrested so many goddamn times, and not one of them turned into
Mhm.
charges. And we're not going to act like people don't abuse their power all the time with Black
Mhm.
people. And this is one Black man who has produced evidence, intelligence, and he's been like. That's why I said I'm not going to jump on conclusion. I didn't even want to do a video about it, but I believe it was just yesterday or the day before yesterday that Cat Williams was cleared. So when I came on the panel on that energy, I guess those guys was under the wrong impression. But I take people by account basis. Like I'm not gonna just have your back because you're a Black man. And I just recently
Right.
learned not to do that
Exactly.
because you're a Black
I don't do
woman.
that with my damn kids. You
Because
ask wrong, you
Black
wrong.
women burn me,
Fuck
but
that.
I'm still gonna be for sisterhood.
so so basically, I'm trying to get. Okay, I don't even want to talk about it because I have to look into the Cat Williams things because, like I said, I saw
Yeah,
something and I didn't click on it, but I didn't trip on it. So it's the whole thing. Something happened with
yeah,
him.
but that's what I was saying. That was the conversation. But you came up there on a
Oh,
different
but
energy.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You said that was the beginning of the
that was the
conversation. Okay.
beginning. Yeah, but and that's why I think some of the men on the panel were more endured to me because of Cat Williams. But see, Cat Williams and Cat Williams. I feel one way
Yeah.
about Cat Williams, but if he would have made a live about like let's say what's that guy, John B, or whatever his name, that play a lot of pro-Black roles but love white women and only date Black women when it's time for him to support those movies, like I would have had a whole different conversation. So that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I take people on a case by case basis, and I had to recently learn in my adulthood to take Black women the same because a lot of these Black women are mammies and dangerous. So, but That's just my personal opinion. But King, since you know about the situation, do you understand what I'm talking about as far as
Oh,
my
you,
talking point?
Uppity, you be getting on my
My
damn
point.
nerves sometimes because you just said
That's
something.
his
Just like
name is King. I'm just
you
calling him
said,
a
a
King.
lot
That's
of
his
these black women
name.
are mammies. But
Yeah, that's my thing. You know, I always say that. It's the truth.
I know you always say that, but it's just like you. From my perspective, and I get what you're saying or on why you do that, but from my perspective, a lot of our, black women had to raise our sons. And so if they, you know,
Mm.
they catered to their boys
I'm
because their
okay with
dad
catering
wasn't
for my
there.
son, not no other man.
That's before, whatever the guy's name ended his life. We were talking about the 50s and how all that shit started. And then it's a trickle down effect to how, women cater to their sons because their dad wasn't there. So they had to raise them. So
uh,
No, no, no.
I
mm.
think it's a,
Well, let him.
Can I
I'm gonna
jump
let
in
him.
on it?
Well,
I
let me
think
speak
it's
on it.
a,
May I
I
jump
understand,
in
but
on
let
what
him
y'all are
try to
speaking
speak
on
it. I
at
want him to
this
say
moment?
we're women old power. Go ahead, King.
Uh, just speaking to exactly what y'all are talking about now. I don't want to back up too far. I want to stick to what y'all are speaking on now. I think
right.
two things that concern me. One is when us as men or women get to calling each other general negative names. I've made my points tonight without calling any woman a thought or a welfare queen or a nag. I try to stay away from that and not judge all women by the negative of them. And I just would push you to not.
What's the next term? I'm sorry. I don't mean to
A
interrupt,
nag,
but you said something.
a person that nags all the time or just always like complaining.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's all I mean.
Okay. Okay.
But these are stereotypes, not like
Right.
something that really encapsulates my entire
Right. Okay.
interaction with black women. So I try to stay away from those specific things that
Right.
apply to some women, but don't apply to most. I try to, treat women. So I'm just gonna push us to not call each other as women or as men like these terms because that does matter. And
Hmm.
then second, I think when we talk to these issues of men and women, and when we talk to just how we had these conversations, I think it's important to again just listen to not argue but listen to learn. I found that the best part of the conversation at Big Rig is when I stopped and I put myself on mute and I just listened. I was able to gather so much about why each person feel the way they feel and better understand,
Hmm.
okay, I'm gonna have to approach them like this because maybe it's my approach toward them because of their experience. And I think I'm just gonna push us there because I saw it about like even when y'all are having conversations in just it seems very contentious. And I think it's because like it's the wording we're using, it's the tones. That's all.
So can I ask you a question?
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. Go ahead, Summer Breeze.
Can I ask you what did you gather from me personally from hitting
Um,
that link? What did you gather from me? Tell me what your thoughts were from me.
I gathered that you have some level of higher education based on the talking points you come up with and the way you explain them. I also have, or the observation that it seems like you may have been interacted with, or you may have grown up in an area that was more urban by the tone, by the terms you use and the language you use, and some of your expletives. They sound very familiar to me from the neighborhoods I grew up in. So I
Okay.
can see that dichotomy at play. Um, I also see somebody who, as much as they are working on trying to love black men, who also have some of the same viewpoints as uppity when it comes to us. So I could also see where some of those contradictions would slip back in when you were explaining. So I don't know. I feel like you are like most people, where you are a dichotomy, and to just say you just one thing would be unfair. But yeah, that's my general observation off just tonight.
I'm glad
Okay,
because I was about to tell her
that's a
like,
good
let's not make it about you, but
observation. I mean,
I'm glad she asked. I'm
I
glad.
like to hear other people's point of view of me. So I'm
Yeah,
glad
and
you
I was
said
about to
that.
say that. I'm glad you asked, and I'm glad he answered
It's
because
just one
I thought that
conversation
was a
too.
fair assessment. And only thing he can get to know me over time. I'm not about to spend my time debating it because we're coming from two different perspectives. And like I said,
Right,
I'm not indoctrinating anymore. Like to me, the infatuation with American black men has left with the infatuation with Jesus. Like Jesus doesn't exist, and like all these narratives that was put in my head no longer exist, and I just go by case basis. But I can never actually internationally date, but I still get the same hate. You would think I did, this side.
and
I don't
so
think it's hate based off your perspective though. I think your perspective is valid based on your experiences. I really do. Like from hearing what your experiences have been, I understand the perspective. I think for us men on the panel tonight, or maybe the pushback you saw tonight, was basically just, again, it's just wording and term and tone. It's not
right,
necessarily what you're saying. Like
that's
what
what
you're
I
saying
said.
is
What
makes complete sense. I think it's just when you use terms like madman, or when you use terms like, oh, I ain't, it's almost like you're downing American black men to up the black men that you do like, as opposed to just uh, highlighting
Yeah,
your
and I get,
preference. Like I
yeah,
prefer a certain type of black woman for me, but I also don't. I won't down another type of black woman that doesn't meet what I'm looking for just because they're different. And I think that was kind of what was coming across to a lot of the brothers on the panel, which is why they may have been a lot more up in arms at some of your points.
and
yeah, and
that's what I was getting, and that was
hold on,
what I was trying to explain to her.
Summer Breeze, may I respond real quick, please? And
Yes,
I'm
yes,
glad
go
you said
ahead.
that. And yeah, I'm glad you said that. And that wasn't what I said. That's why I said that. And that's why I feel like some people like Cynthia G say I'm no longer gonna purpose that because I literally kept saying like I'm not saying this or that. But if that's how it came across to you or people on the panel, that wasn't my intentions. I can't say I apologize, but I can say that wasn't my intentions. But my experiences, and I don't have any issues with American black men. So that's why I don't never want that to come across as that my intentions. Because like even right now to this day, like the guys in my neighborhood or anywhere I move, black men have always had that American black men have always had that protective nature over me, whether we wanted to date or not. You know what I'm saying? Like in the neighborhoods wherever I move at, like they just see me and they were like, okay, they see okay, she just moved with her daughter. She does what she, and I'm saying like I know how they think and stuff, and so that's why I've never had an issue. But I just never noticed like even if you don't because I've noticed that American black men that don't even date within their race have an issue with me dating Caribbean men. So I'm of course I'm gonna speak highly of the men I'm dating. That's just a natural woman thing, but it's not to downplay nobody else because I don't think I said anything like, oh, I can't stand American black men, none of that. No, my dad, who is an American black man, created the standard. My uncles and their friends, who are all American black men, they created the standards that I cannot meet for myself as far as interpersonal relationship, dating, but everything else, we're fine.
I totally get that. Like I said, and I'm speaking again from watching after I got off the panel and kind of just watching everybody. I see where the disconnects are. Again, your experience is totally valid. I know plenty of women who may not like, they date who they like, and that's totally cool. I think it's just
Hmm.
all of us, like men included, because I hear men who may date outside
Excuse me.
of American black women who also have there's a negative connotation when you do speak about the American black that can come across that I think offends. And I think if we work on it's really all wording and tone. I can say a million things to you with the right wording and tone, and you receive it all, and we have a great convo. I can use the one wrong word or the wrong tone, and it
Uppity
completely
gonna cut
shuts you
your ass
down.
out.
Even if you were open at first, it shuts you down because now you're not feeling
No,
like it's a
no.
conversation. You're feeling attacked, and I
I
think that
get from it is
Yeah,
that
no, Titi
we
came
can.
up there with my same talking points, but she was better received by everybody. And I believe we had the
Yes,
same talking points. So I was like, you know what? It could be my word, and I get that all the time,
yes, ma'am.
regardless of the regardless of the subject of the conversation, I do get that. So it's like I can work on that, but you know what I'm saying. In the meantime, like that's I ain't gonna lie. It's like at the low bottom of what things I need to do. But yeah, I get it. I get it. So I'm not gonna argue with that. It's true. It's some people that's how they receive things better. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have a YouTube page right now,
100%.
fine tuning myself.
Hey, and I did. Hey, I'm going through the same work. I've been told the same thing. I think a lot of people who do go through higher education or do a lot of research and find themselves coming into knowledge. It's a thing of you can overpower instead of enlightenment. And I think all of us have those moments. So I think it was just one of those moments tonight where you told me.
In layman terms, you could attract more bees with honey. Yeah.
100. That's something we all work on. So I ain't excluding myself on that too, making it seem like I'm holding it down. I had those moments too. So it was just that. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of us, that's what I'm saying. That's why these conversations are necessary. Because I don't know if you and Summer Breeze, because y'all both probably in the work field. I don't know if y'all, because it was a trend a couple of years back when they would be like, how you tell somebody you got me fucked up in work terms or whatever case may be. Like they want to know the professional way to say things, because they really want to express themselves, because I feel like when you bottle stuff in, eventually you're gonna just explode on somebody. So, but I do feel like there's a better way to get your message across without getting totally upset. But like there are literally people, that term is like, this is still a trend. People asking how to curse somebody out professionally because they tired of it, and they want people to get the message of who they are as a person, because they try to be nice, but you're not getting it, or you choosing not to get it.
Yes, ma'am. And to be honest, I think for me, what helped me was therapy. I don't know about the work piece, but for me, it was literally therapy and having a person who professionally teaches people how to communicate, teach me how to like change my wording patterns and teach me how to, okay, breathe before you say it so that you can correct your tone before you say the first word. Because if your goal is to be heard, you want the person to hear you, not shut down. So how do I do that? And I think the more we all just kind of find those areas, whether it's therapy, church, a family member we trust, some, but just people who we see being excellent at communication, we just got to keep learning. But that's most people in general, because almost everybody I know is working on the same thing.
They want to know, do you have a channel? So do you go live? You have a channel because they asking in
Uh,
the chat.
me and my two best friends, we do have a podcast, but I mean, it's just a little knick-knack channel. But yeah, it's the
They
party.
don't care. They want to see it. Like, can you
Yeah,
type in the
we'll
chat?
probably
I don't
go.
know. I don't see none of my mods in here, but they'll see the replay. So just type it in the chat, and I'll try to repost it. But I'm technology slow. Oh, where's Summer Breeze go? Well, I'm
It's all
technology
good.
slow, so I admit that all the time. Do you know how many times my cousin told me? Because I'll give her like my cousin used to be like, you know how easy it is to copy and paste. Now I see how easy it is now, so I'm pretty sure I'll see this. But right now, I don't know how to copy somebody's link while I'm on this thing. I'm not. I'm on my
I'm gonna
phone,
tell
not a
y'all
computer.
though, whoever it is asking about the channel, I'm gonna tell you. My podcast is not like me having conversations with people on educated topic. It's three best friends talking shit. So it ain't gonna sound as it probably won't
Well,
sound
you
as
in the B sector,
depth
they
as
love
this.
that. We in the B, my
Oh,
like
I'm not. I'm not
my
familiar.
root organs is B sector. So we like to see people beef about intelligent things. So
Well, we
well
ain't trying to
they
be,
that's what
but
they thirsting for right now. But they be beefing about bullshit right now. Hey, Queen Tracy, but in a normal circumstance, like we like that shit. That's why the people that come over here like me, because even though it's a B sector, like hey, I could pinpoint because I was on the debate team. Like I could see what you said, and I could point some shit out. Like nah. So they like that shit. They like the
yeah,
back and forth.
we'll debate. But it's three best friends, so the beef only go but so far. You know what I mean? Like we
That far, and I
friends
think that's what we're missing it right here. We
for
don't
us.
want it to go so far. Like right now, I've been watching this Cameron and Dame Dash beef, and I'm liking where it's going, but I don't want it to go too far. I love Dame Dash and Cameron's dynamics. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
like
oh, do you
Cameron
know who
because
they
he's
are?
intelligent enough to stay up out of it. He's he reads Dame's bullshit so well.
Yes, he does. And that's what I was trying to tell you. What is your advice? Like, advice would you give Cameron, and what advice would you give Dame Dash? Since you know
Well,
them two, I would love to hear that. Go ahead, let's
I
go.
mean, for Dame, it goes back to his issue. His entire career is your tone and your wording keep messing your opportunities up. So you can either keep pushing people away and wondering why you're getting blackballed, or you can actually use more loving language and embrace people, and you might get better treatment. But you push everybody away and be a jerk to everybody. It is what it is for Dame. So he just need to check himself. But he's older. He's pushing 60 now. So I don't see him all of a sudden having a change of heart. For Cameron, I think he's doing the right thing. He's sticking to the facts, not getting emotional and trying to like call somebody out their name or none of that shit. And then he's backing away from a unhealthy situation. Like he recognizes, like, I love you, you my brother, but I gotta love you from afar because you on some other shit, and I don't need that with me. I'm happy.
Breaking generational curses. Both of them are very blunt. They both from Harlem, but
100.
Dame is on some other shit right now. But I agree with your assessment
There's a
totally.
difference in being blunt
Absolutely.
and rude. I like the way Jess said it in the
Am I
chat.
back
He's
in
very
here?
blunt and rude, and I think people can be blunt without being rude. You can say something very matter of fact and fact based without being an asshole.
Nah, Cam rude as fuck too, but he has respect for people. Like how he did that guy that's supposed to be an actor when he hired him. Like that's
Right.
some
But he
Harlem
didn't
petty
call
shit.
him
I'm
out of his
from
name.
Harlem,
He
so I
didn't call
get
him
it.
a bitch.
Dame
He
Dash,
didn't.
like you know.
Dame calling Cameron a girl and saying that he's doing feminine stuff and that and like it's the
You talking
wording.
about
Like,
that tapping on the booty shit for 50? Yeah,
right.
because
But
I think the underlying issue is that he met with 50. So
a
instead
hundred
of him
percent.
addressing that, he
And
wanted
you
to go
say that
there.
that way, Cam probably would have been like, "Hey man, I see your point. I could have done that better. Hey, whatever." But when you say a man is tapping, come on, man, that's disrespectful. That's like me sitting there trying to have a normal conversation with you, but I keep calling you the B word. You ain't gonna try to hear what I'm trying to say. Okay, how good my point is. I'm disrespectful. And Dame need to work on that.
Yeah, he does. He really does. And like Cam said, you my OG, and I don't mind it, but it's like you taking it too far. And I'm a
Can y'all
man
hear me?
now.
Am I
I'm
here?
not. Yeah.
It's not
Yes,
man
you
like.
hear
Yes, we
Oh,
Summer
hear you,
okay.
love.
Breeze.
We hear you,
Yeah.
love.
All right.
And I
I'm just
think
listening. I had to come back. I'm sorry. Go
okay.
ahead.
No problem, Summer Breeze, my boo. But I think Cam's whole point was that I hear you, but you can't little boy me no more. I appreciate you for getting me where I was. I try to show you respect in all the ways I can, but I'm a man now, and you're not even my official daddy. But if you was, it's not going down like that.
100%. Uh, said well. That's exactly it.
I can't wait. I'm glad y'all talking about um because my plan next year, one of my vacations is gonna go to Harlem for one of their events. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but I plan to be in Harlem.
Oh, let me know. I'll come through and meet you.
Okay. I'm going down there because baby Harlem be kicking it. And I
Yes,
said
love Harlem. Love Harlem.
I'm gonna I got them on my list of things to do next year.
I ain't mad at you. It's the Black Mecca.
Yeah, they be having fun. They all about the damn word. Shit, I like Harlem. Well, I know I say I knew a few people from there, but yeah, that's where I want to go when I come to New York. So I said I'm going there next year. But
Yeah, let's
anyway,
go.
yeah, I just
So
let
we
me
go
let
back
me
to
check.
something we all know. Summer Reed, I'm about to go to the subject we all know. So what do you think about his thoughts about, and Summer Reed, I want you to answer this, about sometimes when we get into the gender wars, that we should be more focused on how we can help each other versus having an argument.
Okay, so are you talking about as far as a relationship, or are you just talking about in general?
In general, yeah.
Well, my thing with this is when it comes to that, when it comes to, I don't even know how to define gender wars if you're not in a relationship. So
And I'm
When
glad
you
you admit
say
that's your
that, no, when
breakdown.
you say that, I'm thinking that you know, they're in a relationship and they're
Well,
having
let me just break
issues.
it down for you real quick, Summer Breeze.
Okay,
So,
okay,
gender
do
wars
that.
turns to this. So, outside of relationships, it's just acknowledging pros and cons in the opposite gender, whether it applies to us or not. See, like a lot of people, they would love to believe like, oh, you don't have no healthy relationship with black men in your life based on that. And my argument always is no, I have a lot of healthy relationships. I want that for all black women. So I'm not gonna sit here and use my personal life as an excuse for um, because my opinion is, I feel like some black women, if they have a healthy relationship with their dad or men in their life, they want to ignore the other women that don't, or the other women experiences. You see what I'm saying? Because if you wasn't taught what a good man was, you could easily fall into prey that men that wasn't. So I give grace to that. Some people say it's because I'm a woman or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but that's just my personal
Okay,
opinion.
okay. So let me say this. I was born, raised with both of my parents in the household, and um, it was three of us. I'm a middle child, so I suffer from middle child syndrome, and I think when you say gender wars, when it comes to that, what you just explained, it's like I have another issue, suffering from middle child syndrome. So I don't look at gender wars. Yeah, well, I can look at it like that. I can look at it like that because I felt like my big brother, he was the oldest, so of course, yeah, he got every damn thing, and then my little sister, she was the baby, so of course she got everything. But then I'm a middle child, so I had to get out and do what I need to do. But it's just like once I grew up, I started taking all of that out of my vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I don't even. I guess I don't acknowledge that shit no more. I mean, it is what it is. You like who you like, you dislike who you dislike, or whatever. I just think it's about. Let me say. I'll say this. It's about who you like, and who you choose to deal with. That gender wars thing is, to me, is it's outdated. If I can be exact, like I don't go by that no more.
uh, bringing up middle child syndrome, and from what I'm not a middle child. I'm the
See,
no,
I
because you
don't
have got
see.
older than, and then like you know what I'm saying. You are giving, because I'm gonna give him his proud credits of what he said about therapy, and I do think that's okay because I'm the oldest child. Anybody that's the oldest child and you're a female, yeah, you're gonna definitely need therapy, whether you have kids or not. And I just wish I would have. I just wish I would have started my therapy earlier because it became a trial by error. What really pushed me into that mental space was when I had my own kids. Like, hey, I can't keep putting
So,
all of
so
you,
when
and you
you
got
were, so you being the oldest, okay. So let me ask you this: so you being the
Mhm.
oldest, do you feel like you had to take on the parent role of your younger
Yeah.
siblings?
Yes,
Okay,
especially with my birth mother. You know what I'm saying? Even with my grandmother, there were other things there, but like
okay,
maybe not so much a parental role, but you might as well have just told me that because I had to take on the punishment because like, oh, they do it like you supposed to be like it was just a lot of things that went into that and I don't like.
okay.
I just heard that they have a national oldest daughter day, which is on August 22nd. And so like so they always say the middle child doesn't get the most attention. I know you say you had a little sister, so maybe it's kind of like with the older daughter or even younger siblings thing. Like you were the middle child,
Well, no,
but they really
hell, I'll
realize.
admit, I admit, I've been admitting for years that I suffer from middle child syndrome. It is a damn
No, but
disease,
no, what I was trying to tell you was
it
that
is a thing.
yeah,
And
I know
but
it is a thing because you ain't the first person to bring it up. But what I was saying was you was like your parents probably see like, okay, this is where we went error with. So, and a lot of black parents have issues apologizing to their children or even admitting their fault. So instead of doing that, they just kind of self-correct with the next child. So that's probably why
Right.
you know saying that.
No, yeah, but yeah. So you saying that? I mean, I'm listening to you, and I understand exactly where you're coming from because, baby, I got family members that the first child suffered from a lot. They suffered the most with, dealing with taking on the parenting skills, you know, from their younger siblings. But in
Correct.
my case, but in my case, my brother was the oldest. He's the oldest, and shit. They spoiled him the motherfucking death. You know what I'm saying? They spoiled the fuck out of his ass. So it's like a different experience.
Yeah,
So I
we're
guess,
men and women, no matter. But that's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, it's a different
The experience is
experience.
different from
So,
men and women from childhood. Men are often,
yeah,
especially
big,
if they come
yeah,
from single
shit.
motherhoods, you know what I'm saying? Like they are coddled and they are made in likeness of they're gonna. It's kind of weird. It's like they kind of like do certain things.
My brother still spoiled to this damn day.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's so motherfucking spoiled. It's ridiculous. So I mean,
and it
of
becomes,
course, my
and that's
dad
probably
died
why
in
your line.
'99, but
And that's
yeah,
probably why your
shit.
line of defense is some agrees to come on a link to say, I love black men so much, and you don't find no fault in them to only admit it,
No,
and then they have to
I never
campaign
said
on
that
it.
I never said that I didn't find fault in the black men. Cause hell, them motherfuckers are corrupt. They fucked
Well,
up too.
when I ask you this, and I'm gonna ask you both this right now, so I want both of you to answer. Hopefully, this will work this time. So when I'm saying this is not me, trying to
You
assess
asked about
blame or
accountability.
blame. Yeah, yeah, about accountability. I want to know black women who are so enamored. When I say there's nothing wrong with being enamored with black men, because at one time I was. And it's not to say I'm not, but like I said, it's now on a case by case basis. So when you feel like black men are king are being held down by the man, what responsibility do you think they have for that position? And then I would ask King, how do you feel about black man position,
And
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 I'm
what
gonna
position do they play to get there? I mean,
and my answer is not gonna change. When I'm in a household with the man is king of the house. I mean, it is what it is.
that's not an answer though.
As
That's what I'm trying
long
to
as
say. I
he
don't. Okay.
no, as long as he take care of business and make sure he go to work, do every damn thing. I he's the man of the house. I
But that's
mean,
not what my
basically
question was.
because
That
that's
has
how I would basically because that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying?
okay. We're getting better to the answer. We're getting close
You
to the
know,
answer. So you
you
just was
keep
raised to
saying
believe.
that that's not the answer. I think that
No, no,
you
no. It wasn't.
don't
No, no.
like
It
my
was.
answers.
I won't. No, no. I said it had nothing to do with my question. But that was your answer. That's fine. But that had nothing to do with my question. But go
What?
ahead. You can answer
What?
it.
What? Okay, say it again. Because what are you saying that I should say as far as accountability?
What
What do
role
you?
did black men play? You can say that black men are the king of your household, all that, this and
But
this and that.
my dad was the king of our household.
So
He
was
went to
mine.
work.
But
He went to
Listen,
work,
yeah.
paid the
listen to
bills,
hear
did
instead of
everything,
to
took care of the
respond, man.
household. So I don't know
All right,
what
let
more
him
are you
respond.
asking.
No, no, you're fine.
I,
Your answer is fine. Go ahead. Let him respond. Go ahead.
I think what you're asking is very simple. What role does men like? Everybody has. It's a whole lot of factors that lead to black people being held down, but we're speaking to black men. So we're trying to figure out, well, what role do black men play in that system? I would say the first role we played was not doing a better job of protecting our villages before slavery. I'll take it back there. We were the warriors, we were the defenders, and we let white men come in and take us all from our
And
home.
then the white man came
Okay,
in
go
and
ahead.
took that away. Exactly. Keep talking.
Don't breathe. Let him talk. Let him talk. Go ahead.
I'm disagreeing with him. I'm just agreeing with what he's saying.
I know, just
But remember what
but
we said in the beginning, your
but you
mic
loud when
overpowers
you agree,
everybody.
baby. You're
Oh,
loud,
I'm
baby.
sorry. I thought I typed this damn thing down. I don't know. Shit.
Hit mute until you talk again. That's what helps me. Cause I
Okay.
feel you. I be wanting to amen too. I just don't want to overcut you with my amen.
Okay. Let me.
Uh,
Is that lower? I turned it all the way down.
no, just hit the mute button, baby. That little mic at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just mute it so everybody
I
Yeah,
finish
don't
let's
know
talking.
just
nothing
make it
about this
simple.
shit. I'm just now
It's
doing
okay,
this.
Summer Breeze, just to hit that mute button.
Okay.
It's okay, boo. Okay.
So what I feel like that's the original sin of black men and how we got here. But within the system of systematic racism and oppression, I think our faults now lie in we've allowed those systems to let us get complacent with them, and now we accept them instead of continuing to be what black men were a long time ago and still be strong despite it. We still gonna hold our family together regardless of all of these X, Y, and Z issues. And I think now a lot of black men are more just like a lot of people in the world now, just very individualistic. So we're looking at how do I increase my standing? How do I make myself better? Not how do I make my family great? How do I make my family stronger? How do I make sure that my kids see healthy love? Like, and I think that's one of the biggest things. And I say that from a man's perspective, but I would extend that to be, I think that's the biggest flaw in people these days is everybody's out for self, which is how we get bad culture and how we get these arguments online where you got the manosphere against the feminists, and they both just arguing with each other. But it used to be, yeah, we can sit there and we can describe all of these problems, but at some point we would come together and, all right, how do I get better for you then, ma'am? And how do you get better for me? As opposed to just staying at, well, you do things different and I don't like it. And I think that's where most of these conversations have gone now. So as black men, I think we have to be a little stronger in like somebody got to lead, and if the women ain't gonna do it, we got to step up and do it. That's our natural instinct. So we should be stepping up and guiding these conversations back to positivity instead of continuing to argue. Which is why when I enter the conversation tonight, I'm trying to be a better person. So I don't want to argue with y'all. I hear what y'all saying. Let me give you the other perspective, and now let's discuss how we get together. How do I not be the negative things you see in me and you not be the negative things I see in you, and how do we grow from that?
That was nice. And that's the only thing I was asking for. And to be honest, I think you the first black man, even though you was kind of tilt at the end. But
No, no, it's
I just
still us.
asked
We got
trying
to
to
do it.
like
But
take
but
accountability without
but
including black
uppity, I
women.
just think that you're missing the point because he made a good point. Systematic racism that happened back in the 50s, and that's what I was trying to explain before. Like they came in, when families migrated, to wherever cities from the south as a whole damn family. You know what I'm saying? And then they created a damn system. Oh well, we'll give you this
Yeah,
Section 8
well,
housing.
okay, we don't want to go. Hold
Yeah,
on,
we'll give
Summer.
you Section
We
8
don't want to go backwards.
housing, but
No, no, no,
then
no, no.
no,
I
but
don't want
I'm
to go
telling
backwards.
you
No, no, no.
that's what
Summer,
I'm telling you. See, you don't want
and
to
I
hear the
agree, and I
beginning.
agree. No, I do it.
You
I'm
don't want to
hearing you.
hear the beginning. You just want to hear what you're talking about now. But I'm
No,
telling
that's
you
not
how it
true.
was
That's not
created.
true. That's not true. My dad was
They
raised under
had
Khalid Muhammad. Well,
they
you
put
did
the
pick
husbands out
Summer
and gave
Breeze.
the
Summer
families,
Breeze.
One mic, y'all. One mic.
and that's
Yeah, and
how all
Summer
this.
Breeze. Summer Breeze, can I just say this? I was not
Go
disagreeing with
ahead.
him. I was agreeing with him. So I was gonna sit here because, like I said, I didn't want you to take away from his focal point because I was asking for black men to take accountability without including black women from their perspective. Not you know what I'm saying? They only can speak for themselves.
And I
So then
understand
I was
that,
gonna
but you
tell
can't
you no,
ask that
and then
question.
hold on. Summer Breeze. So I was gonna ask you, what do you feel like black women could do to better position themselves with black men from your perspective, and I'll say from mine, without blaming the other side. And I'm pretty sure you ain't got no problem with that. But go ahead.
No, I don't have a problem with because, like I said, let's go back. Cause see, this is a trickle down effect of where we are today regarding uh how our black families are fucked up and destroyed. So you can't blame, you damn near can't blame the kids, or they're not kids, but they're grown-ups now. But you can't blame them from how the government fucked us up from the beginning.
No, I was
Some
saying
some
no, I was
changed
saying
their
have
ways
black
and
women take
some
a no,
didn't.
no, no, Summer Breeze. I was telling you have black women take accountability without bringing any agency or other group into it. That's what I was
Girl, you
asking
ain't said
for.
nothing about no damn agency until just now. You ain't said
Well, I
no
did because
agency
you
or
brought it up.
nothing.
You well, you
You
did
just
bring
be
it up
saying
though.
stuff. What I'm
Well,
saying
I'm
is
sorry. I
that,
just want a straight answer from us, like outside of the
well,
agency. He
but
didn't
you
bring it up,
can't.
but
Okay, but you can't get a straight
before the
answer when you
agencies
keep
had, or
changing
let
the
me put it like this:
question.
before the agencies had the notion to think they can get involved, what could black women have done better? That's my
Okay,
point.
so see, that's a new question because you keep changing the question when someone is answering you. Then you come up with a new question.
No, I had asked him that question because I could frame questions.
Your original
All
no
right, I'm sorry.
your
Go ahead. Go
original
just do,
question.
okay. Go ahead.
Listen, your original question was about accountability for the black man. That was your original question. Now you
Which you
done came
cannot
all the
answer.
way
Which you
down
cannot
to
answer. I'm
age.
asking you about the
Who can
black
answer
women.
it? I answered
You
it.
can. I don't want you to answer for black men. I want you to ask as a black woman,
I
what could black
answered
women
for
do better?
I answered for the black. I answered as a black woman for the black man, and I
No,
said,
you can't do that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot.
how
Okay.
you gonna tell me?
Okay,
How
go
you
ahead.
gonna
Go
tell
ahead.
me I
Do
can't
your
do
thing,
that with
boo.
my
I'm gonna
answer?
let you get it out. I'm gonna let you get it out, and then I'm gonna answer. Go ahead. My bad, boo. Go ahead. You know
No,
I love you. Go
because
ahead.
you asked the question and I answered. I'm sorry that you didn't get the answer that you were wanting, but my answer was my answer. And then you turned around and asked another question from my answer. And then now we're here. That's 3 hours later, and now you're talking about the agencies and all that. That's not what we originally discussed. That's all I'm saying. Like you keep
And
moving
all
the
okay.
goalposts when
So
you don't get
okay,
the
I'm not
answer
trying to
that you
move the
don't want
goalpost.
to hear.
Which question are you answering at this point? That's the only thing I want to know. But I really did not ask you about the. I did not ask you to speak for a black man because you are not one. You are a woman. I literally said this question
You
is for
asked
him,
what you asked. You asked
for
what
him, and you really.
you
Oh, how the
asked.
hell you
What
keep
was
getting
the
in the chat?
accountability
Let
as
me
a
wait,
black woman?
hold on,
What do
Summer
they
Breeze. Hold
have?
on, Summer Breeze. Hold on, Summer Breeze. I do not know how you keep getting in my chat, but you are not welcome. Go away. Go ahead, Summer Breeze. I'm sorry.
I thought you was telling me I'm not welcome. Like
No,
who
I'm
the
talking
hell?
to this weird ass bitch. Anyway, go ahead.
No, but your original question was, as a black woman, what accountability do you think the black man has? That was your original question, focused around that.
Okay, so let me answer for myself then. So how I feel like what I feel like black women thing was letting go of their femininity. Not group femininity because it doesn't look the same for every woman. You know what I'm saying? Because other groups of women have men who have system armies and everything in place. So I think what it looked like for black women is basically holding certain standards and supporting your sisters in their standards. So that's where I think black women fucked up in the beginning and they are fucking up in right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's my response for that. So when y'all and the reason why I brought up agency, when you want to bring up agencies, like there's no
You
like
brought
even though
that
they want
up
to make
just now.
I know that's why I'm responding to it. I'm just saying, like, even when you're bringing up agencies, like, we are still the
But
face.
no, don't say even when you bringing up agencies because you brought up agencies.
And
Nobody
that's
brought
me.
that up. You did.
I said that, but I did. I said that, Summer Breeze. Like, why you arguing a point that's already been
Because
made?
you're
I did bring
saying,
it up.
because, no, because like I said, it all goes along with your wording. I told you that because you said when you bring up agencies, but you're the one that brought up agencies.
I said,
So don't say
I said, oh,
you.
I must have misspoke.
So just
Sorry.
say when it comes
When I
to
brought up, hold on. When
exactly.
I brought, when I brought up agencies, so let me stand corrected. When I brought up agencies, I like that. That's why I brought it up because maybe I misspoke. I had asked him to answer as a black man, and then I asked you to answer as a black woman, but maybe my wording wasn't clear. So y'all both answered. So my answer, without putting anybody in this, outside of black women and me speaking from a black woman perspective, I felt like how we could have raised the bar and how we are eventually now doing it is by having standards. Because black women are not a monologue. So we all have different standards. But we also, the one thing black women always fell at is sisterhood. And the only time we ever tried was um across what
So
you call it,
so
races and
Uppity, let me
wait,
ask you a
let me
question.
finish. Summer
Okay, go
Breeze, let
ahead.
me finish.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Go ahead.
So I feel like when black women try to have this national
What time is it? I'm
moment,
about
they
to
want to
log
call.
on to work and get me some overtime in.
Oh,
Okay,
oh
go
yeah, it's
ahead.
6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock,
It's
and
five
on the
here.
East
So
Coast.
yeah, I'm about to log
Yeah.
on to work. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, so I feel like black women fail each other when it comes to sisterhood because even though we are gaining the most as a collective, as a whole, when it comes to the black community, black women are the most successful, no matter whatever little disagreements they want to have about how we got there. I feel like black women will be way more powerful if we deal with sisterhood versus censoring men. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like
Mhm.
if you know what I'm saying, that's just my personal opinion. And if you are going to censor men, it needs to be the men that are on the same page as you. You know what I'm saying? Because you support is support. So if you don't support what you don't like, it's not going to go nowhere. And as a black community as a whole, we see that. So as far as women, I feel like we felt as women as a collective when we don't get on point with sisterhood unless it's involving other races versus things that have to deal with our own personal community. I feel like these kinks could be worked out if we just support each other in our own things.
Okay. So let me ask you a question, and it's probably gonna be personal. Don't piss me off. I mean, I don't want to piss you off, brother. Let me take that.
Hmm.
I don't want to. Don't cut me off. It cuts me out. But
I won't do that. And good night, King. Thank you for coming up. Go ahead.
Uppity, you have all these standards, but as far as a black man, but you are living in, I don't know if it's Section 8. I don't know what the hell it is. What I don't care about that. That's never been my thing about, where you live or how you live or whatever. But I'm just saying, and you always talk about the black man not doing this and that, but you act as if you got a whole king taking care of you. Now, if and correct me if I'm wrong, but the way you speak, it sounds as if you just have the man that you got this and you got all these rules and laws and everything, and then the man that you saying that every black woman should have, you don't have that man.
No, I do have that man. What do you
So
mean?
I'm just saying, is it a dream or is that your ambition to have that man? Because
No, no, ma'am.
everything that you say, a black woman should do, and what a black woman should do, and then this is the type of black man that a woman should have. You don't have that
I absolutely do
based
have it.
on.
I don't think no, 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 ma'am. No, 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 ma'am. This is why I
No,
think your
okay,
projection comes
all right,
in.
all right. That's what I'm saying. I'm just
So
asking.
let me talk because you made accusations. So let me just respond to it,
I did
right?
not make
So I
accusations. I said a
yes,
word. That's what I said.
You're
See, there
not.
you go.
No. First of all, I don't have Section 8 housing. I do have Section 8 voucher. I'm trying to move to my Section 8
I,
housing.
I,
But listen, look, no. I told my story, so I just feel like you got it kind of conflicted. So I live in New York City. I don't live in a cheap city, right? So in New York
okay.
City, the housing thing is different. So by
Mhm.
me not being married, the only time Nala daddy or any of my children daddy income would be considered would be if we were married. Or you know what I'm saying? That's it. So um I don't think that black women should do anything because I kept saying from the beginning, black women are not a monologue. See, like how you got married, but you didn't like your results. So now you looking for somebody to match your money.
You
Where
can't.
you
So
what
no, we're
let me
not.
finish.
No,
Let
we're
me
not gonna. We're not
You
gonna
have to
do.
it seems like
No, we're
some
not gonna
agree.
do the two different things
No,
because
no,
now we're talking about you.
correct.
I
No, this
can
is the
I can
thing.
admit, yeah, I've been married.
Yes,
I was
supporter
married,
housing.
what, 15, 20 years.
No,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
swear to God,
So,
if you let
but
me
you're
finish
not
my
gonna.
talking
We're
point,
talking about
you told
you
me
and
not to
you.
get offended, but I'm not. And you
I'm
are
not getting
every time I
offended, but what I'm getting offended about is that we're talking about you, and then you trying to reflect it back on me.
I'm not. You didn't let me
We're
finish my
talking,
talking
yeah,
point.
because you.
You're not. I didn't say nothing negative about you or your lifestyle,
It
but you
wasn't
did all of these
negative. You know, you didn't say nothing negative, but it's just the point
correct.
of
So what I'm
we're
trying to
talking
say is like,
about
why you keep
you.
cutting me off? Like, bro, you keep cutting me off, and you didn't let me finish my talking point. And you're getting
Okay.
upset.
Okay. No, I'm
Okay,
not getting
thank.
upset. You are.
I'm not.
See,
Well,
okay.
I shouldn't
All
even
right.
use that word. I just want to talk. Like I let you talk. I didn't get mad. I just listened. Right. So when you say that I'm saying black women should have this type of man or that type of man, that was never my perspective. I don't care what type of man you have. My whole message is this: black women are entitled to whatever type of man they want. So that means if you want to go half or even be the majority, like you were saying earlier, you could take your $95 and bring that $5 and if that really works for you deep down and you feel comfortable, go for it. But my thing is this majority of the black women that say that, they end up in the same story. They end up wanting at least half. And that's me from the beginning. Like I said, like I will never go half with a guy because I won't respect you. That's just me. I know that about myself. One thing I encourage, that's the only thing I want black women to do is know they self and know what they want and don't settle for less. Whether that means you got to be celibate for however long, you know what I'm saying? You can have or just have a friend with benefits. You don't even got to be celibate. It just depends on your personal thing. Like sometimes it requires celibacy. Sometimes it requires like you need to deal with friends with benefits and stuff like that.
Okay. Well,
It's
what
nothing
about
wrong with,
where you
but
live? Well, okay. So where you live currently,
right.
are you on a system or something, or are you paying
No, I
hard
paid
out
my
cash?
well, my rent is adjusted my rent is income based adjusted, but that's the only thing that is.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking
My
about.
light bill is
So
the
your
same.
rent is income based. Your rent
Correct.
is income based. Okay, all right, come on, just walk with me. Your rent is income based,
But
right?
no other
And
bills are though.
okay, but we're talking about the rent where you live. We're just talking about where you
But I
live.
live in New York City. That's a blessing.
It doesn't, uppity. It doesn't matter where you live because
Yes,
everybody
it
got
does.
issues.
Yes, it does. It
No,
matters if you
oh
live
my
in New York City or
gosh,
Alabama.
you just said you have already said that you have not lived out of New York. You haven't been anywhere, so you can't
No, that's
say
not true. I
that
have been. No, no. Now you added on extra. I
you
only lived
said
in New York
that.
City, but no, when I said that, I've only lived in New York City, but I visit
You
plenty other
said you
places.
have not moved out of New York, so you don't know where no
Correct.
other place to go.
That means I don't know
If you
nobody
want to
else
move
in New
your
York.
Section
No,
8.
no, no, no,
Well,
no. I
yeah,
can
okay, that's
easily.
neither here nor
No, no, no,
there.
no. I
Okay,
haven't. No, hold on. See, now you're speaking for me. I have a Section 8 voucher I haven't been able to use yet. So somebody in the chat just told you what I have. New York City has so many different income-based things.
I'm not
Some
even looking at
buildings,
the chat. I promise to
oh
God, I'm
yeah,
not
but
looking at the
no, but I
chat.
put it on the screen. I put it on the screen for you. So anyway, in New
I'm
York
not even
City,
looking at my
they
damn
but
phone.
I understand that, but you keep yelling and there's no need for that. I'm
But
trying
I'm
to tell you
sorry.
this.
I'm not
I
yelling.
know,
I'm
but I'm
sorry.
trying
I
to
don't know how to
explain
turn my
it.
mic down. I don't know how
It's
to turn
okay,
my mic down.
but you could
Let
just
me.
be
I'm trying
quiet
to.
and
Let me try to turn my phone down because I don't know how to
no, you
adjust
don't
the
have to
mic.
turn your mic down. You just gotta listen. So yeah, she said
I've
housing and
been
rental is
listening, but
completely
okay.
different in New York City than other places. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to get her to understand. In New York City, there are some buildings you don't even have to have no program. But if you happen to get into that building, it's automatically income based. But yes, they do have requirements. You know what I'm saying? Because New York City is a high cost living, they have a lot of different rental programs, right? For instance, the one I live in is called supportive housing. Then they have a Section 8 voucher. I'm able to obtain two because I have my Section 8 voucher, which I have not used at this point. But it's because it has nothing to do with supportive housing. I'm able to hold two, and I recertify for my Section 8 all the time. Section 8 offer more affordability, but they still all have the same 30% rate based thing, just like NYCHA, which is called the projects in other places. So I don't live in a project, but they have the same rental requirements. And even now, people like to put that program. No, see, if I wanted to right now, not a daddy could live with me and be on a leash. You know why? Because he has no criminal history. He has none of these things, right? But what thing would happen is my rent will be higher, which it, you know what I'm saying, which it was at one point. But he no longer live here, but his family actually have housing. I mean, like they have their own houses because they had that thing set up before I even met that man. His family got so many houses across Queens, right? So I could easily live with him, but for the same reason that women get married and want to go to work, so they don't have to depend on him. I would never move into one of his family houses where I'll be totally subjected to him. So if we break up tomorrow, I could like and none of our paperwork is on court, right? So
Hmm.
he can give me his child support. They cannot count Nala's child support as far as income because at the end of the day, Nala doesn't receive services from any agencies. You understand that? In New York City, if Nala received food stamps, any type of government funded thing she received, they will automatically go for her dad's income. There are only certain things she's qualified for, due regardless of her dad income, but because they have to go with mine because I am the mom and she resides with me. So I hope you get that when it comes to these laws and things. So yeah, I don't tell black women what type of
I
black.
get everything that you're
No,
saying.
no, but let me finish. I'm about to lay my plane. I'm about to lay my plane. I
All right.
never, and I just want to make this clear. I've never told black women what type of man they should have. My message has always been go where you're celebrated. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like to push marriage and not everybody's meant for that. Maybe I'm not meant for that because I have yet to meet a man I love unconditionally like I love my son. I only love my son unconditionally. It's nothing in this world my son can do that's gonna make me stop loving him. However, a man that I'm in a relationship with, I have boundaries, and I made him well aware of that before we went anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if you cross those boundaries, you're out of here. But it's harder for me to do that if we're married. So, like I was talking about earlier, a lot of these black women they get married because some people do it because of society pressures and it look good on a job description, I guess, and some people do it for religious reasons or whatever. Me, that's just I've always been a rule breaker. I've always been about me and myself and what makes me happy. And that's the only thing I ever push black women to do. So if you find love with any type of man, which I had to argue about earlier, if my daughter find love with a white man, that's not what I want, but if that's what she finds, I'm gonna support her. But I will not support my son because there's no reason for that. So I mean,
But that does it. You know what? Okay, uppity. Let me get back to what we was talking about because we ain't about to get to the kids.
You
So
brought that up.
my
No, we're
point,
not talking about kids. I'm just talking about you said about black women.
well, no,
I
what I'm
understand.
saying
No,
is,
no, I just want you
no,
to be
no,
clear. Have whatever type of man you want. Like some women date men younger than them. Me personally, I wouldn't date a guy one day younger than me. But I don't judge women that do. You know what I'm saying?
but you
Because I
do
maybe because
judge
I
everybody. You
in
judge
terms of
everybody.
well, we all do
And
if that's the
what
case.
I'm getting back to, what I'm saying is, hold up, let me get back to what I'm, because I don't want to get off track of what I was, the topic that we were talking about. You always say something about the men and the accountability. And what I was saying is that you live in an income based apartment, and I'm not taking that away from you. You know, you talk about the man you choose to date, which is a Jamaican guy, and he pays you, but then that's it and that's all. Like, I just feel like you're in a position to where, like, pretty much, like, how the fuck can you talk about somebody else or tell somebody how to, what type of man to have, and you're in your position? I mean,
And
it's just not adding up to me.
I'm gonna get like what position is that? You know what I'm saying? I live
Well,
in
I
New York
mean,
City. I live in New York
see,
City.
I
I
didn't
have
cut
to,
you off.
but
I didn't
listen,
cut
I
you
live
off.
in
I
no,
didn't
no,
cut
hold on,
you
hold on,
off.
hold on, hold on, hold
I
on.
didn't cut you off.
I live in an income based apartment with central air. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, but that's you know what? If you move out of New York City and you move somewhere else, Central Air ain't shit. Everybody got that. So
but
you're
but
living
that but the
there in
problem
New
is
York
I'm in New York
City.
City.
That's
But
a
no, 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 no.
necessity.
I feel like
Like, that's a
that's what I'm trying to
necessity. I mean, you
say.
know what I'm saying? Like,
No, it's
it's
not. But no, a necessity is to have. No, it's not. It's not a necessity for everybody because there's a lot of people sitting with fans. Like my central area is not working, so I have to get a fan, right? But I'm just trying to tell you, like I've always had an air conditioner, and what I got in my storage unit, I'm gonna do even a thing. Like I got portable, a lot of things. So when you're in New York City, you have
but
to make a
uppity,
lot
we're
of
talking
because
about the
hold on, hold
man.
on, hold on,
We
hold on,
were
hold on.
talking about the
But you
man.
said no,
We were
yeah,
talking about the
exactly.
man.
So you're talking about the man exactly. So my bills are paid. That's why I'm able to get 1K a week because I do have rent income housing. So if he had to pay, like, unless you're renting to own, I don't see the flex and paying a high rent. And I always say that as well as if you notice, unless you're renting to own, it's not a good flex to be paying high rent. Most, you know how long the waiting list is for low income housing in New York City? And do you know the different people that's on it? It's people in my building that are nurses. You know what I'm saying? But they just happen to be single moms. See, in New York City, it goes by it's income based. So they go based on and it's not about if you got a dad in the house or not. It's just based on whoever's in the house that's working. That's why everybody that's in an income based apartment, once their children become a certain age, they want to know what they're doing because they will add if your children start working, they're gonna add that to your rent. So they cannot count child support. The only people that can count child support is like welfare or something. And see, Nala income can't be counted because her daddy takes care of her on all levels. Nala is not on any government agency and we're not married. So therefore, I get to do that. And they
Okay.
can't do nothing with
So,
him because we're not married.
so, okay. And I love it. I love all of that. But what I'm saying is, when you speak, and that's what I'm saying, sometimes you just say things, and people are living in other states, going through the same things, and they're not hardly, like, you just downplay other people from different states. Yes, you're in New York, but think about a person that's in
New York City,
Mississippi
New York
that's
City.
dealing
If
with
I went
the.
up,
But what I'm
if I went up,
saying is that,
okay.
not you're not listening. What I'm saying to you is that, think of somebody that's, just say that you moved to, say you moved to North Carolina, and the benefits are different based on different states. So when you say things, and you have a whole audience of people from all different areas of the country, so that's how you offend people. And I don't think you get it.
No, I
You know
totally
what I'm
get
saying?
it.
Because
I know,
no, because let
I
me
get it.
no.
No, I get it, and it's intentional because at the end of the day, somebody wants to downplay me. But at the end of the day, if I was
But
living in North
nobody is
Carolina,
downplaying you,
no,
uppity.
no, but
You
it feels like no, 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 no. Can I respond? So if I was like, let's say for instance, if I was living in North Carolina, you know how much further my 1K a week can go? I could be able to flex further. What you're not understanding is I'm not flexing off government benefits when it comes to my child and the men I choose to procreate with. I have standards. And me
okay?
by me
So,
not
but you
but
saying
hold on,
that if you
let me finish,
move,
let me finish. I actually can't. I choose not to. But if I was to move, you know what I'm saying? You know how a bigger flex my money would go? You know what I'm saying? Because it just depends on what state you move into. There are certain states I can go into. Like I have a Section 8 voucher. I could literally move anywhere in the United States. So I'm
hmm
actually looking into that. You know what I'm saying? Being that I'm not married, but the state that I live in, that's what's most important. The state that I live in, if Nala was on any social services, her daddy could be put on child support, and I don't have nothing to do with that. The state, no, no,
okay,
no.
let me
In New
chip
York
in real
City,
quick.
if your child get
So
benefits,
you
the
are
state puts them
okay.
on child support,
So
not your mother. Not. I just want you to be
so
clear on that. I just want you to be clear on that. In New York City, you can look this up. I don't have to put him on child support. If the state was taking care of his child, they have the ability to because he signed the birth certificate. I mean,
that's in several states, uppity. That's what I'm saying. You
so
got
why
to
you
get
acting
out of
like
that
I'm
New
saying something
York
brand new? So I'm not saying
mentality.
nothing brand new there.
But okay, so that's what I'm saying. You're saying something that's in all states. You know what I'm saying? So you choosing to move outside of New York and taking your Section 8 somewhere
No,
else.
no, 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 no. Let's keep it
I
to your
mean, I'm
main
just,
point. Because you said that I was on the housing that I live in. The housing I live in is because for right now,
I
because
said
if it
that
don't work out with
because,
him, I can afford my rent, whether he give me my money or not. At the very least, maybe Nala couldn't afford the same lifestyle, but at the end of the day, I don't choose those type of men that are so bitter that if I don't want to fuck, well, no more. I won't say I haven't in the past, but like I feel like every time you have a issue with somebody, that's why I don't have no qualms about having a different baby father because I'm not gonna keep having babies with the same nigga that didn't do it right the first time. I feel like your
okay,
child
but at the
is the
same
first
time,
indication of how you're gonna treat me. You know what I'm saying? Because
at
if
the,
you don't love the child
I
that comes from us,
understand
you can't
that.
love me.
I understand that. But at the same time, now say you wasn't on your housing thing in New York. How much rent would you pay? $3,000 a month for rent.
Well, it depends on
Three
how
five
many
hundred to
bedrooms
three
I was.
thousand dollars. So
No,
that's
no,
what I'm
it
saying.
depends. It depends. It depends. It really does depends. And I don't pay
No,
cheap
it does
rent.
not
Nobody knows.
depend. Okay,
Yes, it
okay.
does. It does. There are apartments that's right across the street from the projects that you have to pay 50K for a studio. 50K. So it does depend. There, like New York City is so diverse. So if you let you live here and really know the market, you really wouldn't understand. Like
Okay,
even
but
with section,
so what
yeah,
I'm
even
saying
with
is,
section
I
eight,
know the
even my
market.
section eight, it go. Well, hold on, my section eight in New York City, it goes by whatever zip code that I want to
I know
apply to.
everything goes by zip code. So
No,
I
but
know
no,
where
section
I
eight, no,
live
no, no, that's a new law. That's a new law in New York City because a lot of people couldn't find apartments with their section
in
eight.
New York
Yeah,
City.
because
So
of
sometimes
the
you may,
increase depending on the zip code. So in New York City, they
I
had to
bet
make
you'll
it a
get a whole
law
bunch
to make
more
it fair.
if you get out of that zip code and move to another state. I promise you, because I'm
No,
telling you. I mean,
I can't even live in that. No, I can't even live where I grew up in Manhattan, aka Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And I
and
can't
you
even
don't know
move there no
nothing else.
more, with a Section 8 or not, because the people that got the apartments that's approved, they're not letting that go. You know what I'm saying? So it's so I've been making changes once I had children. So I feel like you're having the wrong argument. I'm not telling y'all what to date or who to date or how to date. I'm
No,
just
I'm
saying my
not
own
having the
standards.
wrong argument. I'm just
Yeah,
saying what
yeah,
you're
your standards
saying,
is not changing. Yeah.
and I'm just counteracting what you're saying because you say you come off and say, oh, but I don't want this type of man, and I don't want this and that, and you have all these standards, but you're stuck in, you stuck where you live, and uh, it's on housing. I'm not going to say Section 8 because you said it's not
Look where I
Section 8,
live, and
and you
what's
have
wrong with
all
where I
these,
live?
you don't
What's
have a
wrong when I
vehicle,
live? But what's wrong where
so
I'm living? That's what I'm trying to
it's
say.
not.
That
I'm
it's
not never said it was a problem,
yeah, but
but
your initial issue is that I have standard. So you feel like because I live in
No, because
low income
no,
housing,
my
I shouldn't have a
initial
standard?
thing was responding to you saying accountability for men as far as taking care of a woman. We're not going to erase
Correct.
that. That was your initial
Yeah, and he does.
question.
He pays all my bills. I don't pay no bills here. So
He
he pays
paid.
my bills and he pays all my bills in addition to my 1K a week that New York City can't do. That's why I brag about it all the time because they can't do shit about it because his daughter is not on any social service program. And then the one she is, she doesn't even get the full money because they're aware of her daddy's income. Because in New York City, once you sign that birth certificate, you giving them the right to go into the father's thing. It's just a thing. So where I'm living at is something I can afford. So God forbid he be like, you know what? I'm just gonna abandon my responsibility. I'm not gonna give you a goddamn thing. Guess what? I can still afford my rent and light bill, and I have the knowledge and ability to have a job where I don't have to flip burgers for a living. I've never done it, not even as a teenager. Every job, my first job in 1998 was um, $15 an hour. And that's the minimum wage in New York City as of law, like a year or two ago.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying you said something about accountability for men, and
Yes, I want men to be held accountable. I'm so sick of men coming on the internet having all these
but
things.
okay, so let's go back to it. Where you're staying, if the man is supposed to be held accountable, are you accepting that you're living where you are? Or so should you expect more from the man? Like, do you feel like you should be living somewhere else? Because when we talk
No,
about
actually,
accountability,
Nala Daddy is
we're
living
talking
somewhere.
about, I
You're right.
mean,
Nala, well, can I answer this for you right now? Nala Daddy
yes,
is living
ma'am, go
somewhere.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Nala Daddy is living somewhere else right now. His family has plenty of houses in Queens, and that's where he's living at one of them.
And so to put more money in your pocket, you don't want to go live with them or get on their land. And I mean, you don't know how to, I mean, because, black people know how to beat the system. You don't know how to beat the system going over there living with them and stacking your paper. Like stack your
Let
paper
me.
and
I'm going to
I
answer
mean,
that, but let me read this because somebody is saying Angela Burr said, and she's referring to you. She said she's not understanding that you don't have to be on Section 8 to have income based apartments in New York
I don't
City.
like, I
It's
don't, I
work.
don't talk to
Hold
them
on,
type
hold
of
on.
people, okay?
Let me finish the comment because they're
Because
not saying nothing negative.
I'm not in the chat, so I'm not
I know, but
listening
I'm
to them
reading.
type of
But they
people.
want. I just want you to
Go ahead.
understand.
All right, let me listen
Okay.
to it.
Thank you. So I'm gonna start from the beginning again. She said she's not understanding that you don't have to be on Section 8 to have income-based apartment in New York City. It's working people with good job, not minimum wage paying jobs, but good job. I tried to explain that to her. And to answer your question, yes, you can do that because I actually had an income based apartment in Manhattan but I did move into his family house in Queens, and I just didn't like the situation. And this is prior to Nala even being born, because I had been with him. It's gonna be 14 years now, and Nala's only 6, right? So I had been with him for years, and then when I wanted him to leave, and I could not make him leave because at the end of the day, it was his property. He left the first time because he just left, but his sister went around me because it's a family, his family, not my family, based housing. Like they own those houses. His sister, they have a totally different story. His older sister came because their mother died when they was young. So his sister came and got the first house and
Mhm.
brought each sibling brought a sibling, brought a sibling. You know what I'm saying? So they
Mhm.
own a couple of properties over there. So Nala's entitled to it, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I remember you saying
I'm
that.
guessing,
I
yeah,
re-
you know what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
remember you saying that.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they, because it's their housing property. When I had him put out, he left willingly, whatever the case may be. But then his sister came to me, oh, this is really our houses, and I can actually overrule him and stuff like that. So once
Mhm.
that started happening, that's when I left their house, because which I had initially left my apartment for, because I was in an apartment, to move to the house before I even got pregnant with Nala. So once that happened, I did eventually leave, and that's what um when I was pregnant. That's when I put myself in the shelter because my friend told me to, because she actually not she doesn't work with a shelter system, but she works for another program adjacent to it. So she said,
Mhm.
friend, just go into the shelter and you're gonna have your apartment in 6 months flat. And that's what happened. But she didn't do anything against the rules or whatever. I just had to follow the protocols, and I did. So that's why I'm back in low income housing, and and
And I don't,
you
and trust me, lovely,
no, I feel like
lovely
you should
love,
get what you can
she on my
afford.
mind.
Now, I'm not
Lovely
letting
love is
love, but
on my
I'm just saying,
mind.
like, that's the reason why I'm
What
back,
I'm
because
saying, uppity, is that I do not trust me. I am not knocking you for where you live or anything. I'm not. No,
but you keep bringing it up as a
everything
talking
that
point, and it's really not. Yeah.
no, I bring it up because you bring up what a man should do for accountability. And then that goes to,
But does
okay,
that take away
he's
what he
supposed to,
does?
no, hold on.
No.
I don't let you talk. Let me finish. When you bring up what accountability that a man should have in the household, and then when I give you my answer, he's supposed to do this, and that. But then you are saying all this, you're the main one saying all this stuff, but it's like, where's the man of your household?
Well, he's here. Like when he came, he was here. Like he's here. He pays the bills. He has the
You,
ability to live.
oh my goodness,
No, he has the ability. No, hold on, hold
uppity,
on,
you're
hold on.
missing the point. You're
No,
missing
I
the
think you're
point.
missing the point. I think you're missing the point.
N-
You brought up the
No, you
household.
make these
Everything
big
I say, everything
arguments.
I preach, I live. Everything I preach, I live. Though you know what I'm saying. Everything I preach, I live.
You make
That's
no, you make these big arguments about what a man should be and what a man's supposed to do, what a man should do, this, that, and the other. But then when you look back on you, it's like, if that's the man that you are desiring, like, why are you living where you're living?
I
I
just
mean, do you get my
explained that. You
point?
said I understand, but you don't.
I understand why you are where you are, but what I'm saying is that you make an argument about men being held accountable for
So how is he not being
women.
held accountable? How is he not being held accountable? That's what I want to know. Like my man pays all the bills and he gives me my money on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't.
But you are living in an assisted living apartment. Okay, all right. Let's cut to the chase with
No,
me.
I'm
I'm gonna tell
not.
you.
It's not an
Oh, well,
assisted.
okay,
Hold
let's
on,
cut
hold
to the
on, hold on,
chase
hold
with
on, hold on,
me.
hold on, hold on. No, hold on.
Because that's
Because
where
it's
I'm
not a
getting
stipulated
like,
apartment. But okay, listen. I'm gonna go with
because
your
you're
argument.
getting
I'm gonna
help,
go with your argument. Listen,
you're
man.
getting assistance, and then your man is coming and
Assistant how?
helping you.
I'm gonna get an assistant how?
You said you live in an income based apartment. So
Yes.
hold up. Okay. So okay, let's rewind this tape. Okay. Let's rewind it.
Yeah, I'm
Let me take
confused.
that
Maybe I'm
back.
not understanding yet.
No,
I'm a
hold
mute
on.
now.
Hold on. Hold on.
I said I'm a
Hold on,
mute. I'm a
Uppity.
mute. Go ahead, Summer Breeze.
I'm about to correct myself. I'm about to correct everything I said. Okay. So when when it comes to me, now I'm not comparing you to me, but I'm just saying for me, where I live, I own properties and every damn thing. I own shit. You know, I own shit. And it's still to this day, I live on my own little raggedy ass property. It's mine. I own it, free and clear. And so when I hear people saying that, oh my God, you know, the man should do this and the man should do, fuck all that. So that I guess that's the disconnect.
It's
So
not a
I have to real
disconnect. It's not a disconnect.
no. Let me
Okay.
finish, uppity. I just have to reel myself back and to step on the other side of the fence. That's it, and that's all. So I apologize if you feel like I'm, asking you all these questions. But yeah, I was asking you all those questions. But I had to reel myself back.
Yeah,
So
because
go
you
ahead.
say it's
I
not a
apologize.
comparison, but yeah, I know that. But you're saying it's not a comparison, but that's how it's coming across to me. And let me tell you why. Because you keep saying I have these standards, and I'm asking you how they're not being met. And you keep saying because based on where you live, and I already told you that. And in New York City, there's a lot of married couples living in income-based apartments. In New York City, do you know how the cost of living is so
That's because they
high?
beating the
But
system,
hold on, let
uppity.
me finish. Let me finish. Because
They know
I've
how to beat the
only
system.
okay, that's how you want to feel about it. That's fine. No, it's plenty of married people in regular apartments and low income apartments.
They
So
know
and
how
you
to beat
you
the
really
system.
can't tell the difference between the buildings. Let me get that out the way. So, but anyway, so what I'm trying to tell you is this: based on based on the fact that hey can't me, thank you for stopping through. Based on the fact that I do live in New York City and the cost of living is so high, and I'm trying to raise my family and I want my kids to be afforded opportunities and engagement. So like see, I'm already like not as the next one to go to college, right? But my kids are
Hmm.
cultured. Like for me being the ability to
And
say
baby, I
like
say
what
my
I'm
prayers
giving,
about Nyla every night, baby.
I
Yeah, I
appreciate
do
that.
that
I
for
really
her.
do.
I do
I
that.
appreciate that. But
Yes.
yeah, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. So that's the reason. That's what I give it for going into like a low income apartment because that affords me to give my kids the extracurricular activities that they want to do, and also the ones that they need to do. That they have like maybe they're not as strength their strength may not lie there, so they may need extra counseling that outside of me and their teachers. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that I can pay for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reasons why I do the low income. If you're asking about it, and that's the reason why a lot of people do.
I'm not
And
asking
my
about
goal is
the low
no.
income.
You keep bringing
No.
it up. I'm just trying to tell you
What I
my
no,
and me. But
no,
no,
you're
let me
not
finish.
gonna
Let
move
me
the
finish. Let me.
goalpost,
Oh my God, I'm not
uppity. You're
moving the
not gonna do
goalposts. I'm not.
that.
Oh my God. And how can I move the goalposts if you didn't let me finish, Summer Breeze? Please, babe. I love you. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. In New York City, everything is a high cost of living. Not just rent, just extracurricular activities, Everything is high. And depending on what zip code you in New York City, it can get even higher. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm trying to say to you. So like Nyla, the only reason why she's not in gymnastics again right now is because I want to move. But certain things you put your kids in, like there's a contract when you sign in it. Like, okay, if I pay, because I think the last time I had to pay for her gymnastic thing, and she at that time she was like a year old. It was like 1,000 or something, and they said, and that was only for like I think 10-week program. If you miss a program, you don't get no refund. If you never even come
Mhm.
back, you don't get no refund. But I still want my kids to be cultured. When I want to take my kids out to certain restaurants and get them certain experiences, these things cost. Even if they do have some free programs, like it's a waiting list, or you can't pick the restaurant. No, I want to pick these experiences based on me as a stay-at-home mom, watching my kids and seeing what they want, desire, and need. So I like to do both things. So that's what I start
Okay.
from. But I don't think it's a flex to pay high rent. Now, if you own this shit, that's good.
Yeah,
But in
no,
New York
it's
City,
not. It ain't a
but
fix. I
but hold
mean,
on. In New York City, a lot everybody in New York City own the house, but they don't own the land. So I was never aspiring to be a landowner
exactly.
here.
So exactly. So what I was gonna say to you is that have have you ever considered moving out of state? Everything that you said that you want for Nyla, as far as the gym and everything. I mean, I promise you, if you move out of the state, baby, you'll have all of that and more.
But hold on, I
You
understand that, but
don't
somebody
have
has a question
to.
for you. Somebody has a question
I
for
mean,
you.
you
Now
just
I
have.
get a question, but somebody has a question for you, Summer Breeze. They're
Go
saying,
ahead.
are you not understanding because you're locked into understanding one way of income-based apartments, which does not apply in New York City in different cities across the US, just not like New York City. So do you feel like it's your understanding of income-based apartments versus what you know? And she said, and she gave examples, she said Miami, Chicago, different cities in California is not a monolith when it comes to the term income-based. So you feel like you have the wrong perception.
No. Hell to the fuck no. Again, no. What I was
Okay,
saying to Uppity is that
okay, go ahead.
if you move, if you, it depends on you. You can move. You who says you have to move to one of those that she naming cities that, yeah, if you move to one of the suburbs anywhere,
Well, I just got
I
a Section
bet
8
you'll
voucher
get
like
that.
two
I
years
bet
ago. Hold on.
you'll get them same benefits and more for cheaper, and your rent will be cheaper. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
And what I'm trying to tell you is that, like, me being that,
But you already said before you don't know nothing outside of New York. You That's all you know is New
no, that's
York.
not what I said. Well,
So
I have never had to, right. I had never had to pay bills, but I do have a voucher, a Section 8 voucher. I've had it for
right,
like
that's what I'm
two,
talking about. Your
but
voucher.
no, 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 but I haven't used it yet.
Right,
The
you
income based,
haven't used it.
yeah, the income based apartment I'm in now, that's only like for like, well, actually, that could be transferable too, but the Section,
What I'm
ooh,
saying
sorry,
is
the hiccup.
sometimes what I'm saying to you is uppity. Sometimes you have to step outside of your convenient space to get a bigger blessing. That's all I'm saying.
No,
You
I
know what I'm
totally get what you're
saying?
saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
and
you you,
I
you know what
do
I'm
feel
saying?
that.
Because
No, I do
I
feel that.
get, yeah, I get everything you say, everything that you're going with, and I'm with you 100%. But it's like sometimes you just have to, like, I'm telling you, I own my damn land and property, but goddamn it, I wish I could get a Section 8 voucher. I don't know why, but shit, like I need help.
Why
Like fuck that.
why? I'm ready such
You
about
see what I'm
your
saying?
property
Like,
up to get to open it up to Section 8 people, and you could get money that way. You
so
shouldn't want to
it's
step
just like
backwards. You should step
shit.
forward because they say if you get a Section 8 box, you're gonna get your money, but sometimes it's a tenant. But that's another thing you never
But
know about. But
but the thing of it is, it's not about money for me. It's just like when I look back on things, it's just like, man, these people, and I done said it about my damn daughter. So y'all don't know the fuck y'all got. Y'all better snatch that shit. These motherfucking government people offering y'all better snatch that shit up. The fuck,
yes, and Cammy, I'm gonna get
But
to your questions in a
my
minute.
damn
But
daughters,
what I
they go getters like me. They like fuck all that
right.
shit.
And
Yeah,
see, that's what I'm
like
trying to tell you. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, I have an older daughter that's in college that people want to give everybody else credit for. But at the end of the day, see, my daughter's after me. She's in college because I raised her. You know what I'm saying? Her dad didn't have
right.
um he came from Haiti, right? So and they
Hmm.
don't count the credits over there. It don't matter what degree you graduated
Right.
with, they don't count that
Exactly.
over there. But they count it over
Yeah.
here. You know
You
what I'm saying?
gotta.
So he
Yeah.
found
Get
the
it. You
woman.
have to be
So he found
accredited. Yeah.
yeah. So he found the woman with a career job and he's still doing the same type of job that I left him for. I'm like, nigga, you're not trying to progress. But he was able to
Mhm.
get up over her money. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They still married to this day. But meanwhile, like, see, before I had kids, I was a worker bee. You know what I'm saying? I did work, but I just didn't like the accommodations. But like my older daughter,
Right.
she worked. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She works now that she's in college. I don't have to pay for her hair no more, but I still have to help out with like household things because I want
Right.
to ease her into adult life.
That's
I don't want to just
yeah.
put it on her like it was put on me at 18. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like a thing, and I'm able to maintain that because any man I deal with, they know I love my kids dearly, and that's the best way to get.
Mhm.
You know how they say a man waits a man heart is through his stomach. A way
Right.
to my
Feed his
heart
ass.
is like
Mhm.
show him you're gonna provide for me and my kids and not treat them no different.
Right.
So yeah, he gives me 1K a week, but he
Exactly.
understands it's not
Yeah, I ain't feeding
not
your
in here.
stomach,
You know what I'm
motherfucker.
saying?
I need you to feed my motherfucking kids education. What the fuck you talking about?
Right.
I know
You
what
know
you're
what I'm
talking
saying?
about.
And that's
I
just
get
me.
it. I get
And
exactly
I
what
get
you're
that
saying.
moving out of New York City would be way better for me. That because to be honest, that's like my eventual goal. Because I do eventually want to like have a tiny home where I can
Yeah.
own my
It,
own property. But I know that's not going to be in New York City. But at the end of the day, this is the land that I'm familiar with. This is the land and law that I'm used to dealing
right.
with.
And that's
So
what I'm
it's a
saying. That's why I said you're
yeah.
so comfortable there that sometimes you just have to, get out of that and because I know so many people. I know so many people that have just like came and like fuck New York. I gotta start fresh. I gotta start somewhere else. And they done burnt the fuck out. And when I tell you my
Yeah, I
friends is
do feel
doing
that
good,
way, but I have to think about more than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm at
they
that
just I mean,
predicament that it's
they
not a
blooming.
daddy.
It's just
Like
like
yeah, her dad is not interested in moving out of the city. So that's a
but
big thing I have to think
it
about if
ain't
I'm
it's not his choice. Is he if he's not there, like
no, he's there financially and he's there like I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm just trying to take that in consideration. Cause trust me, I'm the
yeah,
cutoff
he's
queen.
not
But
there.
I have
Yeah,
to
he's not
when you
there, but
become a
he's just
mom,
there financially. But shit, fuck that
yeah, and it's
motherfucker.
probably and
Shit, get
he
you a
doesn't
PO
understand
box.
that. Yeah.
Get you a damn PO box and meet his ass at the PO box and get your fucking paper and I mean, come on now, yeah. And sometimes, and I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this. And yeah, I mean, you can take it how you want to take it, but sometimes money is the root of all evil. And if you gotta go and get away and get the fuck away, and what I'm saying, start fresh, and he's holding this damn money over your fucking head, and he ain't giving you that damn money that he was giving you every damn week or whatever, however he give it to you. Shit, fuck him too. That's when you put his ass on child support. It's just
Yeah.
like
Even
sometimes
that's easier said than done because like,
you just gotta
he
think
pays, but
about
I'm just trying
you.
to tell you, he pays double, triple what they will require of him that they know about. Let's just leave it there. So he gets over what he's supposed to. That's why New York City can never
So
even attempt to
basically,
put him on child support.
so basically, you don't want to move and get away because
No,
of
it's
what
not
he's
that. I
giving
just have to
you.
think of no. I'm pretty sure as a mother, you know this. It's a selfless act. So I'm giving him opportunities, and I'm also because you never quit one job without having another one lined up. And that's not to say that I'm looking for another man to take care of my bills. I'm just gonna have to put myself in a position to be able to provide for myself if that arrives. I'm not saying that it will. I don't know that. But you know what I'm saying? You hope for the best, but plan for the worst. So that's my position. And to answer Kent means question, she said, what are my skills? A lot of stay-at-home mom skills are transferable. like I had a job in 2015 since 2001, but I don't count it because I only worked there for 2 weeks, long enough to have it registered and get a check just to throw it in his face.
Okay.
You know
So
what I'm
this is
saying?
what it
I can
seems
do it if
like
I
to
want
me.
to.
This is what it seems like to me, Uppity. I mean, this is what it seems like to me. That this motherfucker gotta some over your damn head to where you don't want to change, but then you come out and degrade everybody else for how they're, you know, degrade everybody else for the man that they chose. Are you getting what I'm saying? Like,
No, I'm not because I don't know how my
but you
standard. No, no,
are
no. Can I finish?
though.
I'm listening. No, this is what I need you to understand. I don't understand how my m- how I want my standards are affecting you and yours. If you're comfortable with how your life turned out, why does what I want for me and myself affect you? And no, I did not say he's holding anything over my head. What I said
I'm
was
not. I didn't
holding
say
me
that.
that.
I mean,
No,
I didn't
hold on.
say
Let me
that you
finish. Let me
said
finish.
that.
Let me
I said
finish.
that. I didn't say that you
Hey,
said
Uncle
that.
Claude. Yeah, but you're
Go
saying
ahead.
that you keep referring back to like how somehow whatever I want. I didn't tell you I didn't want what I want. This is what I want for myself. I will sacrifice things to get what I want. So if you're comfortable and I don't know, like I don't know. I'm just saying like
Okay, so are you
he's
still
not a person. Hold on,
sacrificing?
hold on. Just dealing from my past
Are you
relationship with
still
my kids or whatever.
sacrificing?
I just hold on. I know even though he doesn't do what I want him to do,
Uppity,
and
have
I
you,
don't feel like I'm act.
are we
Can I
fixing?
finish?
Because you just now you just saying stuff. But okay.
No, I'm not just saying anything. I'm trying to respond to what you said. So I don't understand. Like you keep saying, like I'm putting people down. I'm not putting anybody down about their choices. I just defend myself when people try to put me down about mine. So I'm very comfortable where I'm at. So like I said, even if I was to like just pick up and move, you have to have things in place. Is that I'm not emotional, especially when it comes to my children. And I also have to think about like her relationship with her dad. So like it's not even about like a relationship type thing, you know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that he's always going to provide for her. He has shown me that whether we whatever we had going on, he's shown me that he's going to always take care of her. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's just going to be an issue as far as like I just know that he's going to make a think about being like visiting his daughter when he did not do that here. So there are things I want to do and things I want to have in place if I have to make that decision. But me and my standards have nothing to do with anybody else's. That's how I feel about myself. You don't have to feel the same. Like I'm not making that a requirement. And I think that'd be the sense of people issue with me. They be mad at me because of what things I want for myself. I'm not mad about. I don't have no problem. You see how you say you own several properties. I didn't even like you saying you're raggedy as property. I think that's a great thing.
I only
Ownership
own
is a
one.
beautiful thing.
Okay.
Well, how you got one more than I do,
Yeah.
and maybe some other people, you know what I'm saying? So I would never put you down for that. I celebrate people and their choices, especially if it's making them happy. You know what I'm saying? And I also think constructive criticism could go a long way, but I'm not unhappy. I just have to move in a certain way because of the age of my child. Nyla, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to do what's in best interest to foster a good relationship with both of her parents, whether we're together or not, because he's I have dealt with men in the past with children that don't have their kids at the forefront. That is they are very sensitive when we don't work out. But he has not done that to me. You know what I'm saying? As of this time,
Mhm.
whether we want to get together or not. Like he's always been like financial like that's his love language. You gotta just know the man you with, you know what I'm saying? And like
Mhm.
even if I even get in a situation, he don't even normally babysit her, but if emergency come up, I could call him. He's gonna drop whatever he has to do. and come get her. But I wanted to be him to do that when it's not an emergency. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I have to take that in respect because she needs her dad just as much as she needs me. So it has to be equal.
Well, it just well sounds like he just paying he's just paying you for Nyla, and he don't want to. I don't want to say that.
Well, if he would
He
just see
don't
me
want
for
to
Nala,
really.
that's still not a
He,
bad thing, right? Like at the end of the goal, he always supposed to treat his daughter than he treat me. Cause my
yeah,
dad,
it sounds like
at the end of
from
the
your
day, that's
point
what
of
dads are
view,
for. My
he
dad treated
doesn't.
me better than he treated my mama, cause I'm his daughter. He's supposed to love me more
Yeah,
than
so that's
anybody
what
else.
I'm saying.
So I don't have a
It
problem with
sounds
that.
like from your point of view, he is not really in Nyla's life. He paid whatever the hell he paid, and he don't want to spend no quality time with her.
That's your perception. And no matter what I tell
That's
you, you're
what
gonna
you
make your own mind.
said.
No, what I said was he doesn't spend quality time. Like he wants to do family
With
things, and I
her
want him to spend one
alone.
on one
He
time.
doesn't have
Yeah,
alone time with her.
correct.
Isn't that what you
And his
said
excuse is
earlier?
that yeah, his excuse is that because Nala does have autism, and this is his first child, he wants her to be a little bit older, and so I don't know, I don't know
Fuck
what
all
his
that. If you ain't
real,
there,
I don't
if you
know
ain't
what
there from
his,
the
I don't know how
beginning,
to.
fuck
You
when
can
they
call
get
it excuse.
older.
I say the same thing, but I'm just saying, like, I cannot pinpoint the reason, but I do know when it counts, he's there for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid something
Hmm.
happen to me, and it has in the past where he has to drop everything he's doing and take her by himself, and he has done it each and every time. But I don't want it to be that type of case. I want him to just do it naturally, because
Right.
child, Nala was on the bottle until he spent the night with her the first time alone. I came back, she was off the bottle. I'm like, the hell, how you did that in one
Mm.
night? And I couldn't do it all this time. You know what I'm saying? So there are roles you got to play. And then at the end of the day, Nala loves her dad. You know what I'm saying? So I have to take a lot of things into account when before you make a move because I'm not trying to be emotional. I never was, you know what I'm saying? And think I don't let past situations make me bitter. So he's not doing how I want it, but she still love him. So who am I to get in the way between that?
Mm. Well, I don't know, but all I know is, girl, it was a good conversation. I got to go and log on to work to get my overtime. I got to do 12 hours today.
Well, I appreciate you for coming up some breeze and hopefully you got a better understanding of each
Okay.
other. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
about to
you,
log
like,
on to
I appreciate
work.
you, like, and you got home ownership, so because God knows I want to own a tiny
Yeah,
home, so maybe I can get with
I
you
own
one
my
day.
own little raggedy shit. I
Yeah.
own my own land,
No,
so
don't call it raggedy because one day I want to
I
own a
mean, it
tiny
is
home, so I
mine.
probably would get. Yeah, I know it's sure. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not complaining. I said don't
Mhm.
even speak down like that because one day I want to own a tiny home and maybe I can get with you one day on like which states is the best states. You know what I'm saying? For tiny homes
Mhm.
because that's stuff I'm
My
researching now that
daughter,
you may even
because
have more knowledge
I
on.
have a upstairs in my backyard, and my daughter is trying to put a tiny home upstairs. And
See,
we trying to negotiate, prices and shit. So,
you see what I'm talking about? That's
and
my
I
hope
stay
one
in the
day to have.
motherfucking hood. I stay in the hood. So,
Ain't
shit.
nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing
It's
wrong with
my
that. You see, what I'm
shit.
saying
It's my shit. I own it.
we,
That's all that
we
matters.
all make adjustments to achieve our dreams. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly. I ain't got to pay a motherfucking
Ain't nothing
shit
wrong with
for
that.
nothing. I don't got to pay nobody nothing. That's why I ain't left
Hey,
the hood,
Yvonne A. Thick girl.
because
I'm
it's
sorry.
my
Hi,
shit.
Yvonne A. Thick girl. Go ahead, Miss Summer Breeze. You know I love her. Miss Summer Breeze. She don't hit the
I
link well,
can't
so I
even see
appreciate what she do.
I can't even see the chat. So I don't
I
know
know,
what
but nobody said
everybody is
nothing negative
saying.
about you. You ain't got to worry about nobody saying nothing
But
negative
tell
about
them
you.
I
They're
said
not.
hi. The ones that got something positive to say.
Nobody said nothing negative about you. Everybody just coming and saying hi to the panel, or they just giving their opinions. And when they had something to say to you, I
Okay.
read it, and you could see it wasn't disrespectful. But
Yeah,
I was
I
just saying. Mhm.
it's a and trust me, uppity. I promise you, I ain't gonna be hitting no damn links. I just had some free time this weekend, and I'm off on Monday, and it's a
Yeah,
weekend.
it's a long holiday weekend. I ain't mad at you.
Exactly. So look, I had time this weekend.
And it was like, I really enjoyed, like, I hopefully we both got to know each other a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So it's no
But
problem
I've
here.
always no, because I've always understood, kind of like understood where you came from. So you know what I'm saying? Look, I love me some uppity. She doing her damn thing. I understand. I understand where you're coming from and shit. But my ass, I be having questions on some shit.
No,
We
it's not
all
a
going to the
problem.
same place. We all going to the same place. We
Right.
just got different routes of getting there. And so, I
See,
just like,
somebody said they
okay,
consider putting a tiny home in their backyard. Somebody was agreeing. Because some states,
I
it depends. You can do it or you can't. Or sometimes it comes with problems with home. Yeah,
no,
it
because
depends on the
my
state you live
daughter
in.
wants to put a one of those what do you call them damn things on the
She said,
train
she
the
said,
the what no it's the
she
train.
said.
Is it I don't know if that's what it's called.
I
No,
think
because
you
I
calling
got
it
a
she shed. There's tiny home. There's she sheds. Because when I get real
no. It's
property,
not a
oh,
she
that's what I would love
shed.
to have a she shed. Oh, okay.
It's not a she
I want
shed.
one of
It's
those
it's
too.
one of them crates or something from the that the trains have. One of those damn
Oh yeah,
things.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those damn things. She wanted to put
Yeah,
it.
you
She
can
wanted
remake
to
those so nice.
put it
I
upstairs in
watch
the
all types of stuff.
backyard, up in my backyard upstairs, so she can live there. I at this
Yeah,
point I don't give a damn because shit, do what the fuck
yeah,
you want.
and
You
a
get
lot of
you,
well-to-do people are doing that for like. I guess that's the new middle class because all these exuberant things they doing. A
we
lot of
got to
people are doing
create the
that.
middle class
Great, yeah,
again. We got to
there's
create
space
our
for
own
they.
middle class
Yeah,
because they wiped the middle class out years ago.
yes, exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. So I watch those videos, and so your daughter's on trend because that's what a lot of people are doing. Versus
Yeah,
like what I'm
I
saying,
have two
having their
daughters,
kids
and
live somewhere
they,
else and pay
they
the
both
rent and stuff
they
like
both are
that.
in the medical
Yeah,
field.
container homes. That's what they call container
Yeah,
homes.
container
Yeah,
home.
I watch
Yeah, one of
those.
those.
I
And my
watch those all
daughter,
the time.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it just wouldn't
she
be
wants to put
sustainable for
one in
me.
my backyard upstairs. I'm like, girl, I don't give a damn. Shit, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. That's why
You
you think
either
that's
gonna
the
do that or I'll put my damn garden up there. Something gonna happen.
right. But
Like shit.
if you think about it in the long term, it'll be cheaper, and she's safe. But yeah, because that's what my goal was to eventually have like a lot of land. I was like, if I would have a she said, it would probably be just some place to go chill. Maybe I don't. I don't know if I would put a bathroom or
But
not, but I
I
guess I
mean, you
should
know
be.
what? You know what? You know what? And that was all good. Probably like 5, 6, 7 years ago, uppity.
Mhm.
You know, just have your own she shed. But baby, look who we got in office. Hell to the fuck now. You shit. I'm in,
Trump
I'm in
can't
battle
even run
mode.
no more.
I'm
I
not.
mean, well, he could, but
Baby, I'm
you
trying to
that
get
bad?
all
Y'all
my damn shit.
don't turn the barbecue around the queue. Like Trump is not that bad. Like I don't know where I saw.
I'm not, girl.
I'm
Trump is
like
very
no, but
bad.
left
Yeah,
wing, right wing,
yeah.
chain is still
Uh,
bird.
here's
It's
my
left wing, it's
thing.
right wing. It's still the same
Well,
bird. Ain't no
here's what I'm
difference.
saying is here's what I'm saying. Do you see how this motherfucker done turned the United States upside down and making us a third world country within 6 fucking months, three, four,
You
five,
think it
six,
happened in
seven,
that
eight
matter
months?
short time? So
And
you must have just started. Do you think it's that, or do you think your senses got heightened due to the how you've been programmed to believe about him? Because if you really think, because there's three different Christians of branch, right?
That's what I'm.
And this
Okay, so
has been an ongoing. Okay.
let me just educate you on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've been following politics since the year 2000. So
Okay.
I got my education on all that. The Democrats, the Republicans. I got my education on all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
so
when it
since you
comes
know, no, I'm gonna
to
stop you there. I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna stop
so
you there. So
you
what has
can't
the
tell me that
Democratic
you
Party did for the black women? No, no, no.
because
What has the Democratic
exactly.
Party
But
did
I'm
for
about to
black
tell
people?
you. But I'm about to tell
Okay.
you because I done got in the Democratic Party's ass because they ain't did enough. Once y'all voted into office and y'all got every damn thing, y'all ain't do shit.
I'm not disagreeing with Trump being awful. I'm
So
trying to say that
when
they
it comes
all
to
are
them,
awful.
when it
They're
comes to the
all awful.
Republicans,
None of them are good.
so I
Well,
mean, I'm open to all
all of
that
them are
shit.
awful.
I've
How
been
about
doing
highlight
that
Trump?
shit. I've been doing that shit. Oh my God. He
I
is,
don't know. Maybe it's the New Yorker in me.
he
I
had to,
appreciate people honesty. I
yeah,
want people to
because
be
y'all see,
honest.
yeah,
I
because he
like
got all that
honesty.
shit plastered up over New York. Trump, Trump, Trump. Fuck that.
No, no, no.
Man.
I like the honesty of Trump. Trump is an
Yeah, right.
asshole. And he tell you about himself. No, the rest of the politicians, they lie to y'all. Do you know the stories that Joe
They'll lie to
Biden,
me. They'll
the
lie to me
states,
because
and
I accept what
do
the
you know
fuck
the
they say.
do you know the law? I don't even get into it, but I'm just saying, like, these people be lying to y'all and y'all like them just for lying to y'all. At least Trump is honest. He tell you how he feel about you.
I mean, who'll be lying? Are you saying the
The,
Democrats or are you
all of
talking
them,
about
Kamala, she lied about her
all of
race.
them
Like,
are in the same damn bunch. They all
right,
are
exactly.
one party.
Right.
So I don't trust none of them motherfuckers. So that's what I'm saying. I don't trust none of them motherfuckers. But if I had to choose, I'm gonna choose
Hey,
the Democrats
Shirley.
over this dummy.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just saying they all the same purple. Like you said, they all one big bunch.
I just said that. They all the
That's why I said
same.
I agree with you. That's why I said I agree with you. All the same people.
But
That's why I don't
if
like.
I had to
Uh,
choose the lesser of two evils, it wouldn't be his ass.
well, I'll go with Trump rather than the last election.
Yeah, he
If
want
we
to be a
going for that's
dictator. So he want to be a dictator.
I don't know what I don't
He
know what the fuck goes on.
he want to
Kamala
be a
Harris,
damn
you don't know.
dictator. And
But my
if
thing
you can't
was,
see that
but
shit,
but but no, no, no. No. He hasn't dictated shit yet. My life hasn't changed. It
yeah,
never changes when he's in
mine
office.
ain't
It's
mine
not his
hasn't
first
changed
time.
either.
It's not his
But you got
first
to look at the
time.
bigger
You got to
picture.
understand that though. It's not his
But you
first
got to look
time.
at the bigger
And
picture. When he was the president before, now he coming back. He's the president now. He going at all the people that don't like his ass.
that's what Barack Obama should have did.
He
That's human nature. That's why
no
guys. That's
no
why I'm
that ain't
mad as
human
fucking,
nature.
bro. No, no,
No,
no.
that's not
I
human
stopped
nature.
fucking with Barack
When
Obama. I
Barack
said, no, that's
Obama
what he.
was
No,
in
no, 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 no,
power,
no.
he
You
did
want no,
what
no, no, no. Oh
he
my god, you
followed the
about to have me
rules.
going crazy. I
Trump
ain't about to do this with you
Trump
early in the
didn't
morning.
follow the
Uh-huh.
rules. Now he didn't follow the rules. Now he's just a big mad ass, weird ass, uneducated,
Hold on,
a
Summer
damn
Breeze.
mad scientist.
Don't you talk my
So
baby up, please.
ain't
Let her
nobody
rest.
ain't nobody playing with his ass. Like man,
Ain't nobody playing with none of
y'all
them.
voted for
No, that's what I'm
Trump,
trying to
and
say.
anything that
Oh
happens to
no,
y'all
no, no.
asses, y'all get what
Can I ask you a question?
y'all get.
Summer Breeze, can I ask you a
You
question? Do you
you
know
can
who
ask me
Khalid Muhammad
anything.
is? Do you know who
What?
Khalid Muhammad is? Do you know who
Who?
Khalid Muhammad is? Khalid
What
Muhammad.
is that?
That's a man that the New York City Senate tried to have banned from speaking. You think uppity mouth is reckless? You should have heard his mouth. He had the whole Senate against him. Khalid Muhammad, he was unfortunately unalive. They
Oh,
claimed it
you
was
said
about something
Khalid
medical.
Muhammad. I thought you said
Yes.
okay. But girl, let me tell you
Remember
something.
when the Senate got together against him to ban him from speaking? They don't like to hear the truth. And they don't like when black people are told the truth directly. And
So
at the
you're
end of the
saying
day,
Trump?
no, no, no. Yeah, I
So you
believe no,
saying
no. I
Trump
believe
is speaking the truth?
he's speaking. No, he telling you the truth of how he feel about you. Y'all want it seems like y'all want politicians that lie to you and tell you nothing. Like I don't care. Like Trump has been the
I
but
didn't
hold
never
on, hold
said
on.
Trump
What
said
happened the last
exactly
time
what he
Trump was
was
in
gonna
office?
do. So it was the
Yeah,
dummies
and
that
he
voted
did
for
it, and
him,
he did it.
and then
Versus the
now they're
other president
regretting
that
it. He said exactly
hold
what he
on.
was gonna do.
He did, and then he also and the other presidents told you what they was
So
going to do
I
too for
mean,
you, and they didn't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But Trump ain't do nothing to black people. except give y'all some credit here and there,
He ain't do
and
nothing to
have his
black people,
whole
but he
racism.
racist. Are you? Or have you lost your damn mind?
But he didn't do nothing to you though. You want him to like you? That's
He
not what
ain't
I
do
don't give a
nothing.
fuck
He
about
didn't
your
do
life.
nothing to me.
I
He
give a
didn't
fuck.
do nothing
No,
to
no,
you
no, no. Yeah, I'm not
personally.
crazy. Are you crazy? I don't
He
care
he
about your
didn't
life.
do
I care
nothing
about
to
treating you.
me
Hold on.
or
Can
you
we?
personally.
Hold on. Hold on.
But
Hold on. Hold on.
he's a whole
Hold
damn
on.
racist.
I'm not talking about me or you. I'm just talking about in general because when people bring them up, like I'm
In
supposed to be
general,
happy. I'm
he's a
like,
damn
why would I
racist.
have a personal problem? I don't. But when I ask any black person what Trump did to them, they can't think of nothing. But that's just I'm not gonna speak for the collective. But I understand the
You
scare
can't just
tactics
ask.
and the
You
fear
can't ask a
mongering.
personal question. You can't ask a single person that
I do it all
question.
the time.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't ask that a single person that question. That doesn't make sense. You have to look at everything as a whole and see what the hell he's doing to the economy, seeing what he's doing financially to the United States, seeing what
What is
he's
he
doing
doing?
racist. He's racist. He's a racist.
No, you was actually onto something. No, let's forget about that
So
racism.
that's what
We
I'm
haven't
talking
not
about.
had one.
Like,
No. Hold on,
man,
hold on.
come
Summer
the
Breeze,
fuck
I'm
up
about to give
now. Yeah,
Summer Breeze,
yeah.
Summer Breeze,
I don't
man.
like those.
I
You know
like
what? Well,
man,
you know what,
Summer
uppity.
Breeze,
I don't like
please.
having these conversations with.
I
I
do
just
though.
don't
I'm about to give you your credit.
because
Can you
I'm
please,
telling you,
can
I
you
can go
please stop?
deep, and I'm just
No, no, no,
not.
no. We're not gonna have a. I'm just gonna show proof right now because I was about to give you a credit because you went off to the left. I understand you want to have a certain conversation, but I'm about to help you make your
I don't
argument
want to have
stronger.
a certain conversation. I
No,
just
no, no.
don't
I'm
like
not gonna argue with you
having
though.
these
I'm just
conversations.
trying to
But
give you
let's
your
go.
flowers, man,
But
man.
let's okay. Well, let's
Breathe.
go.
Thank you. So please let me say this before I forget my
I'm
talking point.
listening.
Thank you. So when you just said that, every what you said, damn, I hope I didn't forget it. You said that oh yeah, that what he used in America for, right? So you had a good talking point there. They do be or every president has their own vested interest. And if you notice, every president is connected to some type of global thing that makes money, usually oil based. And there's other things to factor in. So that's a more of a
Exactly.
thing to go in because that's where a lot of the presidents fucked up at. Because to be honest, I really wanted Jolene because it's like the what you call it, like she was more for the earth. Because a lot of these people, a lot of the men, they so greedy and based on human resources, they
Them dirty old
exhausted.
white men.
Not just the
Them dirty
not
old
just
white
the earth.
Republicans.
Yeah,
Them dirty old white
and the American. Yeah, they all do it.
pedophiles.
They all
The
do it.
pedophilic Republicans. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, that too. But I was just saying, like, as far as I'm talking about, as
Shit.
far as like
Like
the people taking advantage, it's not so much racism. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a classism
he's
thing.
a
The
racist.
more
I
part,
mean, are you not forgetting about the
no,
damn
no, 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 you're not listening. You're not listening. I'm
the
not saying
what
racism
is it
don't
called?
exist. I
Them five boys that
see
Trump,
some Reese. See, you're not
they was
listening.
all yeah, man. Get the girl. You better okay. Go ahead.
You're not listening. So what I'm trying to tell you is this: all presidents are racist, but they also all have ulterior
Exactly.
motives. So you need to focus on
Exactly.
the ulterior motive because Joe Biden was racist. Bill
They
Clinton was
all
racist,
are.
but the so on
They
Trump.
all
But
are.
meanwhile,
So
but
you
hold
trying to
on.
tell
But
me?
meanwhile,
But you
y'all,
trying to
I
say
asked
Trump
y'all
is the
what
best of
policies.
all the
Okay,
motherfuckers? You trying to
let
tell
me
me
not
that
ask
Trump
an
is the
interpersonal.
best?
No, 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 no,
Like,
no. I'm about to ask
girl.
it.
But okay,
Hold
go
on, Summer
ahead.
Breeze. I'm about to ask a person. I'm about to ask the questions to you in the chat. If y'all want to drop down again and respond to this, we're gonna leave interpersonal relationship out of it as far as like the policies and how they personally affected you and stuff like that. I would like to hear.
You can't take
I would
none of
like
that
no, no,
out
no.
of.
Let me ask my question before you start yelling.
Go
It's gonna
ahead.
be a
You
quick
can do that. But
question.
I'm just saying,
What
you asking a
policies?
question.
What policies have Trump did that has affected Black people as a whole in general since he's been in office this term or last term? Can I get an answer from you or the
Trump don't
chat?
give a
And I'm
damn
here.
about black people, period. See, because
Oh, I'm not talking about how he feel about us. I'm talking about
his
what did he
term,
do to us legally.
his term this season is my immigrants. So you can't ask about black people. Talk about the immigrants.
Yes, I can.
That's
No, I can't
that's
because we're
that's
not
what we
immigrants.
talking
We're black
about.
people, right? What policies has he done that affect black people? That's the only thing I was asking. If you're gonna be
No,
hateful to
no,
him
all right,
and think
no,
he's
no,
gonna
no,
destroy your
no.
life,
So let me ask you this. So, okay, let me ask you to ask this question. What policy has he put in place to fuck with the damn farmers, the white farmers? See, you have to ask them type of questions because see, he can't fuck with the black people because we already established. We already used to all. We know how to get down
are you?
when it comes to
Are
that.
you?
Ask
Because
you
you said,
ask the question. No, ask the question about the white people. Don't ask the question about the black people because we already know
you were
that.
well,
I
you
mean,
were just
you're not making
basically
sense, uppity.
I'm making total
Don't
sense
do that.
because you're
Don't do
arguing a point
that.
that I did not make.
We
You're
know
arguing a
how
point that I didn't make.
black
I can address
people,
it though.
black
Okay.
black people know how to operate. We've been dealing with this shit since slavery. So ask about how the white people are doing with his policies. That's what you need to ask.
Why would I ask that
You
when
see what
the
I'm saying?
conversation was
No,
well,
stop asking
let me tell
about
you why.
black people
Now,
because we
Summer
already
Breeze,
know.
Summer Breeze. I was quiet while you was talking. Can you please let me respond so I can make sense to you? You started out this conversation saying that how he was racist against black people, and I
And
told you I did
he
not
is.
want to have. Okay,
And he
I get that.
is.
Yes, he is. And listen,
So
what
ask
you was
ask
not.
our
Oh,
black
oh my
people
God.
about
So no, no,
but
no,
what
no.
you're
You have to let
doing
me finish my
is
point.
no,
No, this
because
is why I get
you're
confusing.
you're not making sense
I listen
with
to
what
you
you're
because I listen.
asking.
How can I? No, no, no. You don't let me finish. That's why you don't understand nothing I'm saying because you keep cutting me off. No matter how many times I'm quiet when you're talking. So anyway, this is what
Girl,
I'm
I've
telling you,
been
Summer
quiet as
Breeze.
hell while you
No,
talking, but
you.
now
I
you
was
you you
quiet.
talking
Rewind the tape.
you
Rewind the tape.
talking
All right, so
bullshit.
that's
And
fine. So let me
yeah.
just get this
Okay, go
out. Let me
ahead.
just get this out, and I'm gonna be quiet again. So you said you brought up the conversation about Trump racism, right? And you just
And
saying like
he's
he was coming up
racist
before. Oh, see, you keep doing that. Every time I bring this point up, you do it again because that's what you've been doing this whole conversation.
because I'ma
So I'm
keep
trying to
saying that
explain.
when it come to
I
his ass.
understand that. I
Like I don't know how
understand
you
that.
don't
And
see
what
it,
I'm
but
trying to
okay.
get you to, what I'm trying to
But my
see how
thing
you're
is,
not listening.
my whole
No, no,
point
no, no, no.
was
You cannot tell me until you listen
don't
to me
ask
first. I
about
keep listening to you. You're
don't
not
ask
listening.
black
It's
people do
like
they
Summer
think
Breeze,
what has
please,
Trump
ma'am.
done to them.
Ma'am,
Ask put a
can you
poll up
please
and ask
stop?
the
Summer
white
Breeze,
people.
Summer Breeze. I refuse to believe
Shit,
your mic
what
not working. Now I believe you're
hey,
being disrespectful.
girl,
Yeah, you keep
go
saying
ahead,
that, but you
uppity.
keep cutting me
Go
off.
ahead, uppity.
So please stop. Love you, but I love you to death, but stop. I really do. So listen, you keep doing this. So I'm gonna bring this point up again. Please don't interrupt me. So I bring this up and I'm gonna smooth over it. I'm just saying, like, when you brought up the Trump conversation, you wanted to have the conversation about racism. And then I said, okay, I was giving you that. And I said, but I also got is I was telling you that you made a great point that you didn't expound on when you was talking about how the other ulterior motive. And I was just giving an example of him and other presidencies, like as far as taking advantage of like the minerals and the earth. And I didn't even get into the other point because it's not important. But yeah, he do stuff that's grimy. But if we want to talk about racism, I just didn't want to have that discussion. I just was wondering about his policies and how it not just affected us on a personal level, but as a collective. I wanted to be informed if y'all was aware of any policies that he had done to specifically target black people. That's the only thing I was asking, nothing more, nothing less. And nobody was able to provide me with that answer, which I already know because I've
And
had these
and
discussions
then
before.
and then
So when y'all
my
talk about race, hold on. When you vote,
girl,
you have the
you
right
just
to
won't
vote.
land
Or
your
oh no,
damn
no, no,
plane. It's taking you too
hold
damn
on, I'm
long.
gonna
But
land it.
go
I'm gonna
ahead.
land it. I'm going to land it. If you just let me
Shit.
finish talking. So anyway, so when I'm telling you this, and that was my reason for bringing that up because I don't want to have the discussion about racism because when you're taking your voting into effect, you have to figure out how racism affects you. And I don't give a fuck about who like me.
Duh,
I don't
I
give a
vote
fuck what color.
locally,
No,
so
no, no. Let me finish so I can land my
I
plane. You
vote
can talk.
locally, so
So when that, but
yeah.
see,
Okay,
this is
go
what
ahead.
happens. This is what happens, and I have to talk long. Thank you, please. So when it comes to as far as people liking me, I don't give a fuck about that in general. But even at
Same
the
here.
highest office, but which is not a highest office because they need it's three legislations and branches, right? So I don't give a fuck about the person that's racist. I give a fuck about the person that's gonna be prejudiced against me. So I do my research. You can't tell me shit. But that's just
I
how
done
it's
done my
embedded in me.
research. You
And y'all
can't
is not
tell me
answering my
shit. I'm
question, so I'm
older
not
than
gonna talk no
you.
more about
You
it.
can't
Go
tell
ahead,
me
I'm mute.
shit. You can't tell me shit about none of that. I've done all my research. Are you serious, uppity? See, we can have this conversation, but it's early in the morning. But what I'm saying to you is that instead of you saying, making a post about or making a poll about what Trump, what has Trump done to a black person? No, make a
I didn't
poll
make any
about
poll. What are you talking about? I didn't make no
what
poll.
about what? No, what has he done for the white people? That's the post you need to make. You see what I'm saying? Because black people we are already set. We've been
I
set
expect him to
for
do better for
years. No, we've
like
been
black people don't
set.
no hold on, hold on, hold
So
on, hold on.
anything,
I
so
expect
anything
black
that
hold
Trump
on, Summer
does,
Breeze. No, 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 no,
let
no,
me
no, no, no,
talk.
no.
See,
No, no.
I
But you're
listen to
bringing up a
you.
point that wasn't being
So
argued. All right, you're
what
right, you're
you're
right.
saying is, what you're saying is, you saying what has he done to affect a black person? Black people already said we used to this shit. We ain't new to it. So ask the question about how the white people are affected. And then when you go out and look at every damn thing, all this shit that he done twist and turn, guess what? Look who's talking. Oh my God, I voted for him. Oh my God. And my wife is this. Oh my, she's an immigrant. She's been deported. Oh my God, I voted for the wrong. Come on now. That's what I'm saying. Stop asking black
It's
people
fine.
questions
Can I
because we
respond?
already got this.
Okay.
Black people got this.
So why was you talking about his racism in the first place? But at the end of the day, I'm glad you know
Because
that.
he's
You
a
do,
racist.
but can I?
Because he is a fucking
I'm sorry.
racist. Do you not see that?
They all racist. I thought we already established that. So
Oh
what is
my,
the
but he's the
goddamn
president.
difference? What is the
But
goddamn
he's
difference?
the
If they all
president.
listen, can I? And they all the presidents have been racist, and they have proof of this. But can I say this? I expect them to look out for their own. That's an expected thing. The only people who don't have that don't seem to get this frame of mind as a collective is certain groups of people. And I'm not going to even say that because I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I'm not going to play that game. Everybody does this. Everybody always goes with the home team, especially if they have that power of decision. There's only one people that want to try to be fair when nobody else is playing fair. Everybody else is picking the home team. So I get that. And I know there are several other black people that get that. And I'm trying to be patient of your understanding what I'm trying to say to you. Was like, but you keep making arguments that I didn't even make. But if you want to talk about that, they supposed to do that. You should expect it. Only certain people trying to be fair and make other people work for opportunities amongst each other. That's baby. That's why I'm antisocial like I am now because I don't have
So
time for that
I'm
shit. I
very
don't do shit because of
antisocial, but
shit.
at the same time, uppity, you're saying shit. That's what I be talking about. You be saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? You be making all these judgments and all this stuff against everybody. But I'm gonna go back, and I don't mean no harm. But you're living in government assisted living programs. Like the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You don't have a vehicle. You don't have none of that.
Have
I
you
mean,
said this
so
tonight?
it's just like you're
How many
defeating the.
times have you
It's
said
just
this
like
tonight?
defeating the
So
purpose.
when you're finna, so some reason I had to meet you. So every time your feelings get hurt, you're gonna keep going back to this and keep trying to say this is not an insult. Go ahead, unmute yourself. That's weird. So you clearly trying to be insultive because I'm not saying nothing negative about you, and you keep saying that, and I'm like, go ahead, girl. I'll unmute
I'm
you.
a taxpayer. You know what I'm saying? So I pay for all of the things, all the assistance that you get. So I don't understand. Not that I want to throw it out there, but I'm just saying. You just
Where
saying
you
all
live
this
at?
crazy ass
You live in
shit.
New York
You
City?
saying
You live in New York City?
you
You live in New York City.
I don't know where I live, but I'm paying
But
taxes.
you saying that you're a
I
taxpayer,
don't know
and
where
I
I
live in
live,
New
but
York
I'm paying
City.
taxes.
How? Because my daughter's her own apartment, and I pay for her own shit, clear to her wish list, and I'm still clearing more of
My
that shit.
point is,
So, but
you paying for a wish list.
your
What?
daughter's trying
What
to
about a
build
wish
a
list?
tiny home attached to your shit. I'm living in I'm living in a high cost living city, and so is my daughter in college. So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that are you
You're
getting
not saying
assistance? Are
nothing
you
that
paying?
makes sense. I want
Are
you to
you
talk to
paying
me
out of pocket?
nicely
Are
because
you
I'm
getting
being nice. And
assistance,
if you
or
being
are you paying out
disrespectful,
of pocket?
listen, I'm trying to tell you, talk to me nice. Because you're
I'm
not, if
talking
you
to
want to
you
compare
nice.
shit, no, you're not. You know, you're not.
Are
You want to compare shit, but when I started my
uppity?
bullshit,
Are you
now you're gonna
uppity?
say uppity. Now you're gonna okay, like calm that
Uppity?
down.
Are you
Because
getting
that was like the
assistance, or
third
are
time
you
you
paying
brought
out
that
of
up.
pocket?
I'm like, no, I'm trying to have a conversation with you. This is like the third time you brought it up, and I don't know how many
Let
times or
me
how
go
many
on
ways I can
mute.
say
I'm
it.
listening to you. I'm listening to you.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. Please do. Then please, you need to talk to me nice. I don't know why you keep doing this,
I've been
saying I'm
nice.
living in assisted living. No, yes, that's not being nice. Your daughter would need assisted living by having to attach a tiny home to your fucking roof or whatever the fuck you just
My
said.
daughters,
That would be assisted
most of
living.
my daughters are in
Yeah,
the
because
nursing
that's what
field.
you just said. But you keep telling
My
me something I
daughters
did
are
not
in
say.
the both
I
of my
thought you
daughters
said
are
you
in
was
the
going on mute.
nursing
I thought
field,
you said you was going on
and
mute. Because you
one of
keep
my
being
daughters want to
disrespectful.
go.
You
She
done
want to
did
put
it
a
like
house
3 or
back
4
there,
times, and I said
but
nicely, like,
she want to
talk
put
to
it
me
on
nice.
my property.
Listen,
So
well, I'm telling you, I don't have no property. So that means I'm paying more than you in her place, right? And my daughter affords her own rent, but I'm making her life softer by buying all her furniture, taking care of any necessity that she needs while she pays her rent, light, cable, and gas or whatever while she goes back and forth to college outside of my motherfucking house, bitch. And we live in the same state, and she's in college. She don't get shit. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Talk to me nice because I explained to you the situation and you just keep throwing it in my face like as if it's a dig. And I'm trying not to go there with you. So please, Summer Breeze, you being fucking disrespectful. And I'm asking you to talk to me nice. God.
being very
That
condescending, and you're being very condescending by talking down on other people, and you don't. I guess you don't see what you do. That's all I'm saying. You don't see. You be talking about, oh, a man gotta have this, and no, I gotta have this. A man gotta have this, and he can't live in my household, and you have all these standards, but you are not there. That's what I'm saying to you.
by who's, good morning, Shasha. By whose standards? Yours? You
Yours.
literally agree,
You
but
are
no,
the
no, no, no,
one
no,
that
no, no.
made. You are the one that
Now,
made the standards for a man.
Miss Summer Breeze, can you please mute yourself so I can respond to you, please?
Go ahead.
Because what you're saying,
I'm
thank
not gonna
you. And I
mute,
don't want
but
to meet
because
you
my
because I'm
phone
not
is
trying to
not
be
by me.
disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I swear to God. But it's like you just keep coming at me. So you
I'm
are
not
really
coming at
mad
you.
right now about my own standards.
I'm
Can you
not
please
mad
mute?
about a
So I
damn
can,
thing.
no,
I'm
no, yes,
logging
you
on to
are because
work.
there are two things you keep bringing up. How I feel, what I expect. Why does that bother you? I'm not dating your son. Why do you care? That's
I
my
don't have a
standards.
son,
I
so of
have the
course
right
you're
to
not dating my son.
hold on. You was up there, teen. You was up there, teen, 50-50,
What
teen.
I'm
I bring
saying
95, he get
is,
$5. Yo,
uppity.
no,
You
let
have
me talk,
all
teen.
these
I'm not trying to
standards.
meet you. Like, see, you not listening. You was over there saying I could bring $95 to the table and you bring five, and we a team, bitch. That's what you said. on Big Rig's platform. I was in total disagreement with it. And then when it came down to the end of the day, yes, you was married. Yes, you was building. But in the bitterness, and you're saying your standards right now is the same as mine. You're just mad because you found it later on in life instead of being appreciative and working with me. You're trying to argue against me, even though that's what you want right now. You're just mad because you didn't have it from the start like I did. Can we talk about it if you want to keep talking about it? Be honest about why you're really mad, because it's my standards. I have the right to what it's me. That's my life. I can want whatever the fuck I want. Why you mad at me for it?
Now I'm mad at you, girl. You done twist these damn tables because people coming into your chat, and now you turn the tables and twist this
People
shit.
been here saying
Girl, if
this.
you don't
I need
stop,
you to read
girl,
the side. Do you
if
know
you
how
don't
much people we had here the whole night? This is
girl, I'm
weird.
not
See?
looking at. I'm not even looking at your chat.
Well,
But
okay,
it's
so then
funny
now
that
then why would you notice them now?
it's
Maybe the people
funny
that you
that
wanted to see are in here now.
because you
Maybe the
said
people.
I'm just listening. You said, "Oh yeah," you said somebody in the chat. You said that, so I'm just
No, I did
listening to
not. No,
you.
I did not. No, I did not. I just said hi to people as they came in the chat, as they've been coming
Exactly.
along.
So as
Right.
they
But
coming
I've
into
been saying hi.
as they coming into
Oh
your
God.
chat, you're
That's
saying
fine.
you twisting the story.
You know I had more numbers over here than it was at Big Riz the whole night, right?
Ma'am, I don't look at numbers. I don't care
So
about
then why
that
are you
shit.
bringing it up right now? I didn't want to. I wasn't looking at
You
it
just brought
either.
it up.
You know what? Go ahead. Because
You know what? You
you're
know
trying to
what,
take away from
uppity?
my point. You're trying to take away from my point with that
Uppity,
bullshit.
what's your
And that's not
point?
even what it
Because you're
was.
trying to take away from my point. What's your point, uppity? My point. Let me tell you what my point is. So let me tell you what my point is, and we can go from there. You sit up and talk about what everybody else got and ain't got, and this and that and the other. That's what you do. And my thing is, okay, you're living on whatever government assistance or whatever the hell you living on.
Here we go again. Here we go.
I mean, I'm just telling you because that's what
That's
we
what
were
you've been
talking
saying
about.
all night. So do you really like me? Or do you have an issue with how I'm
I
living
love
versus how
you.
you couldn't?
I love me some uppity
But you
because
keep talking about it.
because so uppity so
Was I doxxed? Well, let me ask you this question, Summer
hold
Reed.
up. So
Do you
you
think this
can't
information was doxxed
so
at?
you
No, can I ask
can't
you a
take
question?
constructive
Summer Reed, I
criticism.
just got, oh my God, Summer Reed, I just got a question for you. These
Go
things that
ahead.
you know that you may have been taken too far, whatever, it don't matter. But the core of your information, was this information doxed or was this information I shared?
So whoever said that, do you ever think I doxed you? I
No,
mean,
no,
girl,
no. I'm
I
asking
don't
you.
even
No,
do. No, hold
you're
the
not
fuck up.
listening.
Hold
Oh
the
my
entire
God.
fuck
Nobody
up
said
because
that.
I don't
Nobody
dox
said
no damn body. Are you serious, Uppity?
nobody says you dox anybody. Listen, Summer Breeze, please. I was asking you a question based on the things that you're saying. Let me just phrase it
I'm basing
differently.
on everything that
I
you
didn't
said
say
and
you
you put
dox
out there.
nobody. Nobody
But
didn't say
don't
you
ask
dox.
that question
Exactly.
about me
I didn't put it
doxing
out
no
there.
fucking body.
That's what I was trying to get to. You're not listening. You're not listening. I swear to God, if you rewind it, I
The
don't know what you
fuck?
got going on.
Don't sorry,
I put the
now I'm not
information out here,
doxing.
right?
Girl, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway,
No,
I
because
never
you're not
said that
gonna,
you.
because you're not gonna put that on me about doxing nothing. I don't dox nobody. I watch, I watch lives and listen to shit. I don't put that
Are you
much
trolling
energy
me?
into doxing no damn body.
Are
So
you
where the
trolling
fuck
me?
that come
Because
from?
nobody said you doxed nobody. Nobody that never
Well,
was
why would you ask
accusing
that
you.
damn question?
Are you gonna listen now? What I was saying to you was you were trying to you were trying to say things as an insult. And it was basically a rhetorical question. I don't know what you on right now, because I thought you was logging into work or some shit. But
I
it
am.
was a
I'm
rhetorical.
already logged
Well,
in.
I thought so. But anyway, it was a rhetorical question, basically. Basically meaning you're I'm giving you this information. Therefore, there's nothing you can make me ashamed with it. So I don't know why every time we have
Never
some
said that you
disagreement,
were ashamed
you
of
somehow
anything.
circle back to
What
that.
I
You circle
said
back to that
was
every single goddamn time. Like it's supposed to, hold on, it's not affecting me because I gave you the information. If it bothered me, if
exactly
it
you
made
put
me
it out
ashamed
there.
in any
You
exactly.
put the
So why
information
the
out there.
fuck?
So
But
why would you come
okay,
up with some
so
doctor
okay,
shit?
so if I put it out there, why the fuck you keep bringing it up when
So
it has
why
nothing
would
to do with what we're
you
talking about?
say
Everything we
doxing?
talking about, you say, well, you know, uppity, you live in this and you live in that, and I have situated. I
Because
bet you don't. I bet you don't
because
got situated. But I'm not going through that with
because
you. You are very, but it's like, listen, for me to live where I live, you seem very bothered by what I
I
have.
don't care. Because guess
You
what?
seem
I've
very, I
always wanted
can't
to live
tell.
in
I
New
can't
York.
tell. You seem very bothered that
I've
I don't have
always
to work
wanted
in
to
New
live
York
in New
City.
York.
In New York
As a matter
City.
of
And if
fact,
and if
I'm
I lived in
looking
your
to
town, I
purchase a
probably
place
live
in
in a mini
Harlem.
mansion. I
Girl,
know.
please.
If I lived in your town, I probably live in a mini mansion. I know. This is what I think. These are the type of things that bother women like you. And it's like I don't want to think you that way, but
Girl,
it's
I
like you
don't give
keep
two
circling
fucks
back to
about
things
what
that's
a
none of your
motherfucker do.
business.
But what I'm
I don't
saying
talk
is,
about how,
what I'm
oh girl,
saying
you own a
is,
home,
but
like
what
yo,
I'm saying is
I don't talk
that
like you talk
you
negative
talk
about your
down
home.
on
I'm speaking,
everybody
but
and
hold on,
their
I'm
situation,
speaking positive. Hold
and you
on,
fucked
I'm
up.
speaking. I'm speaking positive into your situation, but every time it come back to me, it's like
You cannot
everything that I
speak
got going for
positive
me is
into
the
my
positive. You
situation
try to
because you
play it
don't
off
know
as the
my
negative,
situation.
and it's just not giving that because you really want to be where I'm at right now. You express that in front of men.
I want to be where you at.
Yeah, as far as being able to have
As
a man
far as
take care of
what?
you, or you said match you.
Intelligence.
You said match you. No, you say you want them match you financial wise because they have broke you any other place. Because like you agree with my sentiment. A man that really love you or respect you, he would not
I
have
got
you
to
paying
live.
half the bill. And I know I feel like you know that's the truth, and it bothers you. You don't want to accept that. And I guess you think you're better than me in your mind,
Say
but
it
you can't
again.
do it
Say
in
it again.
reality.
Wait a
I
minute.
think
Hold
that
up.
you're
Say it
upset. I
again.
think you're upset because you feel like you should have a man that
I'm
provides for you the
upset
way that
because
any man provides for
we had a
me.
conversation
No,
on
no,
a
no, no, no.
panel,
I feel like you're upset
and
about my position
I
in
didn't
life.
agree
I
with
feel like you're
what you
upset
were
about my
saying
position in life. No,
as
no, no.
far
I'm
as a
telling you the
man.
truth. I'm
It
trying to tell
wasn't
you
your
what it is.
position.
So you can,
I didn't
no, no,
agree
I
with
want you to,
what you
no,
were
no, no,
saying as
no, no.
far as a
I want
man.
you to reflect back on this conversation. I understand why you're mad right now
Let's go
because you
back.
told yourself. I want you to I just want you to know you told on yourself. You keep circling back to the fact that I live in this type of housing and I don't work. So I feel like
Uppity, because
and based
that's
on what you
what.
said about no, you want a
No, no, no,
man
no, no. We're not
to
going to
meet you
equate two
financially,
different things. We're not going to
you
equate
have
two
dated down
different
in the
things.
past. And that's
We're,
not
we're not
uppity
going to equate
experience.
two,
No, no, no,
because when we were
but
on
it's
that
all
man's
relevant. It's
panel,
all relevant.
when we were
It's
on
all
that man's
relevant. It's
panel,
all
we were
relevant.
not talking
It
about
was all relevant
how
though.
you
You
live.
were seeking validation, but I'm telling you the truth. It's all relevant because you regret dating down and wasting your time and investing in niggas. See, when I break up with somebody, it's different than your type of breakup because I have poured into it emotionally, but not financially. I've got some type of psychological thing I could balance things off of. Like I didn't pursue him;
Uppity,
he
I'm
had to
54
provide for
years
me.
old.
Like
Been there,
it was
done
an
that.
effort to
Then
be with
I done
me.
been through the
He had to
trenches and
invest
did
in
all
me.
that.
Like I had to.
Then did
He had
all
to
that
invest in
shit.
me, and I think
So
you're used to investing in men, and you
I
think you're
don't
better
understand
than
your
me.
point.
But somehow I'm
And
able to
the
get men
fact
to
of the
invest in
matter
me, and you
is, guess
cannot do
what?
that. That's
And
why
guess
you keep
what?
talking back to that.
My motherfucking
And
man
that's
is
why you
laying
have to
right
have
in my
ownership
goddamn
because you
bed.
have to own
So I don't
something
understand what you're saying.
because you can't like. I
But
don't
I
understand
can
what you're
talk
saying.
about
Why
what
you
I
keep
want to
talking
talk
about it?
about
I
when it
do.
comes to you. Are you okay?
So you don't know
Who
me. That's what I'm
hasn't
saying. You
who
don't know my
hasn't been
interpersonal.
through
Like I
heartbreak?
don't discuss my relationships online for you to speak like an authority.
But you
But when I want
do.
to give a
But
suggestion,
you
that is a
have.
problem.
You discussed your
I
damn
don't talk about my personal relationship. No, I don't. No, I
you
don't.
oh my Lord Jesus. How we know
When
about that man?
I how you know how you think Nala got here? It
How
wasn't
do we
immaculate
know about
conception.
I know because you discussed her dad. And you discussed the
No, I
other
said
kid's
now. I
dad.
call her not. What's his name? I call her Nala Daddy. That's the only thing I know about him. Nala Daddy. Only certain people heard him
Exactly.
talking
It
about.
don't matter what you
Yeah, but I
call him.
don't talk
It
about
was
him.
your
I don't talk
relationship.
about
It was your
if you know about why
relationship.
you say I don't have a man in my life. If you know so much about a
I
relationship,
never
you
said
wouldn't have
that.
been assuming. And you wouldn't have
I
been
never
assuming.
said that.
But you did on the
I
panel.
never
You said
said
Oh my God.
I
It
never
don't
said
matter.
that
It
you
don't
don't
matter
have
what
a
you
man in
did.
your life.
Oh my God, yes you did. You
See,
literally said that.
you're making up shit
I don't
now.
think you understand. I don't think you remember what you said. But what the problem
I
is,
know
anyway,
exactly what I
that
said.
doesn't
I'm
even matter.
loud and woke.
The
What the
problem
fuck?
is what your circle back argument is. Every time we talk about, I don't know if you're aware of this, and I think you need to watch your replay because no matter how
I don't
many
have a
times, no matter
replay.
what subject, you keep circling back to I work, what type of apartment I live in, and this and this and that, whatever case may be.
Because
But you
you put
always
that
leave
out
out other
there.
certain things. But
You
see,
put that
since you
out
want to
there
flex, I can
to
flex too,
you
though.
because
But I'm just
you
saying,
put that
my
out
daughter's in
there.
college with top grades and her own
I don't care
apartment,
about
and I'm
that. And
paying for
my
all the
point
stuff.
is,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not trying to talk
Her
about
dad
your
bought her
kids because
car.
we're
Like,
not.
no,
That's
it's
not
a
the topic
difference.
of
Your
discussion.
daughter lives at
The
home
point
with you on your
is,
own
the
property, but
point
I'm paying for
is,
two different apartments. You
you
understand that, right?
you
With
are
my
always
other man's income.
down. You always
And
trying to down push everybody else.
most women can't get a
And
man to
so
treat
look at
them,
your living
much less treat
situation.
them and their children. And I make that clear from the start. So we all have our own flexes, and you doing your
I
thing,
don't have
sis.
a
You're doing your thing, sis,
I'm sorry. I don't
with
discuss
your own
children. I'm
property,
sorry.
no matter if it's in the hood or not. I'm not
I don't
discussing
discuss
children.
children.
I'm not asking you to discuss children. I didn't discuss children either.
Well,
I
you
said that
did.
we
You
were
just
talking.
did. Don't bring your
How?
kids up because I don't discuss children.
What? You just what your daughter wanted to bring a thing in your backyard. I can't bring up the fact that my daughter got her own
Because
apartment.
you are
I
saying
can't
my
bring so
daughter
you
is
can
a
bring up your
35,
daughter wanting to
36.
get a tiny home.
My
No, no,
daughter's a
no. You
35,
see how you want to
36.
change the rules to make
I
yourself
don't
feel
have
better?
young kids.
You're not listening. You said that your daughter was building an attachment or wanted to do an attachment with a tiny home or whatever. I said my college daughter has her own apartment, which I furnish with knowledge daddy money. That's what I said. So we both are talking about adult daughters. Only difference is your adult daughter lives with you. Mine is in college and has her own apartment with roommates. So please listen without waiting to yell. I'll unmute you. I'm about to go to bed
Out
soon
of
anyway.
state. Both of my daughters are 10 hours away from me. So you just saying stuff.
Okay, Summer Breeze. I'm gonna say goodnight to my chat. Thank you for coming up.
Well, good
Or
morning
good
to your
morning.
chat.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. You're right. I appreciate you for coming up, boo. You have a
All
good
right,
one.
thank you. You too.
Later. I'm gonna help out you. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out for me. It's been a wild morning. I guess I'm gonna get me some rest. This is crazy. This is crazy. But you guys got to see a real life example. I'm not crazy. They are because like that was wild. My patience is getting thin. I'm just trying to have a good day. It ain't that serious. Jesus. But good morning, Miss Joyce Goodwin. You good, Shanice? Hey, Hummer girl. I know you would think I went to church, Hummer girl. Hey, Illuminati Lighting. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. That's why I couldn't put the link. Hey, Lawless. Hi, Yvonne A. Jessica Town, Shasha. Yeah, I said hi to everybody. So yeah, anyway, that was crazy. That was wild. Hopefully she'll watch a replay. I got hope. Good night, you guys. Shove kisses. Mwah. Mwah.